see the screen. Yes, yes, good. I'm looking at Danita. Everybody give me the thumbs up. Everybody on the camera, I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. I see you, Patrice, and Dina, and Javier, and Danita, and Al. Can y'all see yourself on the screen? Y'all are the guest panel over there, so I need y'all to nod and shake your head and stuff like that when I'm talking. Okay, so here we go. Let's get started. Look, I got some secret little tips that I can do. Watch this, you guys. Because why did they let me figure out how to do all kinds of fancy stuff on Canva? Because I'm about to wear it out. So let's get started. Look at that. Welcome. Yes, I know. Thank you. Patrice, thank you. Look at that. Boom. And confetti. Baby, I should have never found that today. Should have never. So anyway, like I said, you guys, I do auctions. Oh, I didn't say I'm in Memphis, Tennessee. You guys, I do auctions. Shelby County, which is Memphis, Tennessee, parts of Mississippi, and sometimes I'm in Nashville. Lately, I have been in Mississippi, in the rural counties, auctioning there. So I am kind of in the southwest region auctioning. So that's what I do. I already went over all this. I was a broker. Boom. Let's keep it moving, you guys. I do my intro, but I still have slides. Okay, next. Boom. Trustee sales. I conduct auctions. Boom. The cheapest house I've ever sold at auction was $500. And I literally didn't have anybody there to buy it. So I had to call somebody to come buy the house because I was like, I'm not going to let this house go back to the bank for $500. So I called somebody and I was like, come get this house. And she got it for $500. I always tell this story. And Jamal, I know everybody's going to jump in. What do you do when you buy a house for $500? What do you do with it? You flip it. You flip the house for $500. That's exactly what you do. She never even walked in that house. She bought it for $500. She did what she had to do, like got the deed and all that kind of stuff. And she flipped it to an investor for $19,000. Never walked in it, never did anything to it. So she made about $18,500. Boom. So when that happened, that is what like triggered me to be like, I need to tell more people about the auction, right? Because I mean, we would all love to pick up a $500 property at the auction, but most of us don't know about the auction, right? And y'all got, I promise this is not going to turn into an auction masterclass. I promise it's not. But most people just don't know. I've been auctioning for about 8 years and I get the same probably 5 or 6 guys at the auction every single time. So I called one of my friends and I was like, this house is $500. Come get it. And nobody was there. Nobody was even at the auction that day. So that's how I started making videos and sharing information and just teaching people about how to go to the auction. And even if you don't have money, go to the auction. Just go and see. You guys, I always say that. Just go see what's going on there. So this is about bank-owned REO properties, I promise. Moving right along. So look at me. That's me. And I said, success in real estate is not about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about taking action and making things happen. It's all about action, execution. You know, ideas die in the planning phase. That's what I want to say. Most ideas die in the planning phase. So you got to take action and execute. So let's talk about what's going on in the market right now, and then we'll go into bank-owned properties because a lot of people are like, there's not going to be any foreclosures. It's not going to happen. The market is too good, all that kind of stuff. But since I work on the distressed market, I work in the distressed market. I used to work residential for at least a decade. But now I specifically work on the investment side and I work on the distressed market. That is what I specialize in. I love my first-time home buyers, but I also love my investors. Let me say that. So right now, foreclosure numbers, this is for the month of February. These just came out like 2 days ago, actually. So for February, lenders filed 32,000. Right now we have about 32,000 properties with foreclosure filings across the United States right now. Foreclosure filings, that means they got a notice of default, they have an auction scheduled, or the bank is about to repossess their house. That's what's going on right now. Let me just do a disclaimer really quickly, you guys. And everybody, most people who follow me know how I feel about this. I don't believe any of the numbers that come out, right? I just don't believe the majority of them. I think they are definitely under what they should be right now. The latest report just came out and said 10% of FHA loans are delinquent right now. 10%. I think it's like 4% of VA loans are delinquent right now. That's why we have a foreclosure extension over them. And so when I see 32,000, I'm like, it could be true, right? It could be true because a lot of properties are just not in foreclosure. People have just not paid, but lenders have not filed a foreclosure on them. But it's coming, I will say that. So lenders started the foreclosure process on 22,000 properties in February last month. Lenders repossessed 3,397 properties through REO. That is what we are talking about tonight. So you guys, on a typical year, you know, I got to give y'all a little background because this is what I love to talk about. In a normal real estate market, you guys, people buy homes, people sell homes, and people lose their home. In a typical market, that is what happens, okay? So in a normal market, we foreclose on 150 to 200,000 people every single year, okay? 150 to 200,000. We foreclose on about 15,000 people a month. So when I see numbers like 3,397, you guys, and you're gonna, over the months, we will see numbers start to go up. Like foreclosures are up, they are increasing because we don't have any choice. We haven't foreclosed on people in 4 years. So last month, 3,397. Each month, I predict it's gonna start going up. Again, we usually foreclose on about 15,000 people a month. Okay, so we are well below the numbers of where we usually are. So states that had the greatest number of REOs in February. We got South Carolina, which was up 51%. Missouri is up 50%. Pennsylvania is up 46%. Texas is up 7%. And Chicago had 207 REOs for February. They were the highest. That's why I put them on here. So all the states are up. All the states will be up and will continue to be up. Most people know COVID protection ended at the end of November. So there is nothing protecting people anymore from foreclosure except veterans. Veterans have this foreclosure protection until the end of May. And then June, boom, it'll be back open again. And I can tell you right now, banks have already scheduled auctions for May and June. Already. The list is already long. So, you guys, I think, okay, so y'all are here. Everybody's on mute, I think. So just know we will see an increase. I feel like a lot of people who are coming out of that VA extension, they're gonna go right into foreclosure already. Like I said, they've already got auctions scheduled for June. So, and I'll show that at the end, you guys, if y'all want to know about that. I know I'm such a geek when it comes to like this kind of stuff. So here's just to give you some idea of numbers, you guys. Like I said, in an average year, we foreclose on about 150 to 200,000 people a year. So 2019, like we were at 143. I should have put like 2018 and 2017. So you see, since COVID, our numbers aren't anywhere where they should be or should usually, where they usually are. So just keep that in mind. Like foreclosures will come, but they will probably come in waves. Foreclosures always come in waves. When the market crashed in 2006, we didn't see the peak of foreclosures until when the market crashed in 2008. We didn't see the peak of foreclosures until 2010. It was like 1.3 million people lost their house in 2010. In 2009, it was like 915,000 people lost their homes, but it was a lag. It was a delay after. So it will be, and I think it'll last for the next, who knows, 2 to 4 years, 3 to 5 years. We haven't foreclosed on people in 4 years. So we'll see. But that's just so you can get an idea. 50,000, 25,000. we're nowhere near our number. So we got a whole bunch of people in the pipeline. Let me tell you that. So I'll just give you a little bit more numbers and we'll jump in. So October 2023, we have 4 million homeowners behind, 5 million renters. November, 4 million homeowners, 5 million renters. December, 4.5 million homeowners, 5.3 million renters. And now here we are today. HUD's report just came out 2 days ago. And we have 4.4 million homeowners behind and 5.3 million renters. I actually think that that number should probably be doubled, honestly, where we are right now. HUD does a housing survey. So they just poll, I'm like, HUD ain't never asked me about my mortgage, but they do a housing survey. So of course, these numbers are not going to be accurate when you just survey. But I've always said, if they would ask these big loan servicers like Mr. Cooper, Wells Fargo, if they would show their delinquent numbers, I think we would all be like, I don't think it's anywhere near 4.4 or 5.3. I think I think they're double that, honestly. So yeah, there it is. There's a report. HUD just brought out 5.3% or 4.5 million homeowners are behind on their mortgage payments in February. And it says 1 million homeowners feared foreclosure was imminent in the next 2 months. Now, I was like, if there's 4 million people behind on their mortgage, you would think 4 million people feared foreclosure, but maybe that's not how it worked. I don't know. So, okay. So basically, 10 million people that have not paid for housing between renters and homeowners, boom. And I actually think that number is much, much higher. So let's get started. Look, hold on. Y'all know I'm gonna, because don't let me find something. Okay. Boom. Why did I even find that? So let's jump in to, okay. So again, I work the distressed market. It's different channels of the distressed market. REO and auction properties, that's what I do, right? So tonight we are talking about REO properties, but it's different kind of distressed properties types. So moving right along, y'all know me, I'm gonna tell a good story. So I can make sure you understand and stay entertained and stay awake. So because I know you came for a good time, not a long time. So once upon a time, let's get started. Y'all, I can't see because I got this camera right here. So meet William, okay? And William's family, look at there. William looks stressed out right there in that picture. I feel like he looks stressed in that picture. Will lost his job during COVID, right? Because I got to tell y'all how we get into foreclosure and all that. Y'all gonna be knowledgeable when you get off this live masterclass. Watch. So, Danita, is that you? Are you on mute, Danita? Okay. Will lost his job during COVID and is struggling to pay his mortgage each month. So Will is 3 months behind on his mortgage and just received a certified letter in the mail. That's typically how it works. When a homeowner gets 3 months behind on their mortgage, that is when the lender will initiate foreclosure. And they will get that notice of default in the mail. And it says you have 30 days to catch up your past due payment, or your house is going up for auction in 30 days. That is that first notice that they get. So Will got a certified letter in the mail. Will is in foreclosure. Will looks stressed out. Somebody just coughed and I heard it. So just know if you coughed, I heard you. You are not on mute. So Will has 30 days to pay the past due amount or his home will go up for auction. If you work with people in foreclosure, you guys, let me tell you this, and I tell the people in the mentorship this too. There comes a point when a person is so far into foreclosure that the bank will not take a partial payment from them anymore. Okay, so people always call and say, well, I tried to send the bank my monthly payment and they sent it back to me, which is true. Once you get to a certain point, they won't even take a partial payment from you. They want your entire past due balance, or they're going to take your house, or it's going up for auction. That is how it works. Nobody has called me that is behind 3 months on their mortgage, ever. When people call me, they're usually behind a year or 2 years on their mortgage. The lowest amount I have seen at this point of somebody being behind on their mortgage is $17,000. That's the least amount that I have seen. The highest amount that I have seen somebody behind on their mortgage, past due balance, is $76,000. So you think about how long it's going to take for you to get $76,000 behind on your mortgage. Yeah, I heard somebody else. I don't know who it was, but just know most people are 1 year, 2 years. With COVID, a lot of people haven't even paid in 4 years, honestly. So that is what's going on. So Will has 30 days to pay his past due amount or his home will go up for auction. So Will tried, right? He tried to send them a partial payment. They sent it back to him. You know, his wife is stressed out. Will sit in the car in the driveway for like 20 minutes before he go in the house, stressed out, blood pressure through the roof. So Will's home went up for auction. And I put a little note here, depending on where you live, the process could take longer. Okay, so if you live in a judicial state like Florida, the foreclosure process could take longer. You can contest it and it'll go through court and it'll go through all that. I live in Tennessee, which is non-judicial. If you get 3 months behind on your mortgage, the lender can file that notice of default and take your house in 30 days. And that's it. They don't got to go to court or anything. So it just depends on where you live, how long the process is. Okay. So hold on, what did I say? His home went up for auction. Boom. So that means it came to me at the courthouse. It must have been a house that nobody wanted because it did not sell at auction. So there's plenty of times I'll auction off a house, nobody's there. So it doesn't sell. Or somebody will be, or that opening bid is too high. For everybody who doesn't know, at the auction, the opening bid is your loan balance. Whatever you owe on that loan, that's going to be the opening bid. If y'all bid on auction.com, Hubzu, Xome, all those places, that's how usually they find that opening bid. It's that loan balance. So went up for auction. It did not sell. So Steve's home reverted back to the bank. If a property does not sell at auction, it'll go back to the bank and it becomes, hold on, look at this. Don't play with me. Why did I ever find that? But I found it. So Will's home is now an REO property. So for the people in the back, you guys, foreclosure auctions, you know, first step, they'll send your house up for auction. If it does not sell at auction, it reverts back to the bank and becomes an REO property. That's how we get REOs, properties that do not sell at the auction. Everybody with me? Yes. Look, y'all see y'all on the camera. The top 5 of y'all.
Yes.
Yes. I heard somebody say yes. So somebody don't have their camera on mute. Corey, is that you who not on
Yes,
mute?
I heard you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, you guys. I appreciate you. Okay, so just for a recap, REOs are owned by the bank. Auctions are still owned by the homeowner because I know a whole bunch of y'all always ask me when I post a property. Domingo, is that you? That's not on mute. Domingo, that's not you. I don't know who it is. Y'all check your mute button because I don't know how to. I put mute all, but it clearly all is not muted. So,
Someone said in the chat, Ash.
okay, hold on. Let
Ash,
me look in the chat. I'm in the chat. Here I come.
someone said in the chat that it won't mute I guess a cell phone or something.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm in the chat. Now I can see you guys. Let me check the chat. Somebody said it's Philip. Tamisha and Corey told on Philip. They said it's Philip.
First time.
You can mute your own cell phone, though. Diane said you can mute your own cell phone. Philip Carone, it's you.
I know, I just unmuted it.
Okay, I see you, Philip. Now you're going to be in the top 5. Sorry, Philip. Now I got to watch you, Philip. So, okay, you guys. Philip is all good. Now I got him, and he on the camera. And he's on the camera. Corey said somebody else need to mute too. Y'all, the mute police over there. Baby, everybody check
Just
your
went mute again. Sorry.
I got you. Philip, I got you. I got you on mute. I got you. Okay. I'll just keep you in the top 5 lineup, in the starting 5. Philip, I got you. So, okay. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. So, again, because y'all always ask me, Ashley, can I reach out to the bank or can I reach out to the attorney before the property goes up for auction? Y'all ask me that all the time. So, the thing is, you guys, before the auction, the homeowner still owns it. So if you want to get in contact, all y'all wholesalers, because I know that's what y'all doing, wholesalers, investors, real estate agents, you got to talk to the homeowner before it goes up to auction. Okay. Before the auction, the homeowner is still in charge of it. They're the ones who make the decisions. Okay. After I say going once, going twice, sold, then you got to talk to the bank. And that's what this class is going to be about. But after the auction, you deal with the bank. Before the auction, you deal with the homeowner. Okay, everybody good on that? So, any questions? Do I have any questions so far? Jamal, I see you in the chat. Okay, so let's keep it moving if y'all don't have any questions at this point. Boom. Okay, so just FYI information, you guys. All the way up to an auction, a homeowner can file bankruptcy, and that will stop an auction immediately. They can file bankruptcy the morning of the auction, and it will cancel the auction immediately. I know bankruptcies are about to skyrocket. Like I had a lady call me the other day, she got my letter and she was like, I'm not in foreclosure. I just filed bankruptcy. And I was like, well, yes, ma'am. Never mind. You know, call me if you need me then. So, and I've had a lot of people who go in bankruptcy and stay there. And then I don't know how bankruptcy works, you guys, but they will come out of bankruptcy and go right back into foreclosure. So, you know, I don't know. But anyway, but a homeowner can file bankruptcy and it'll cancel the auction. So that is Will's home until I say sold. 7 years on the credit report. Y'all the mute police. I see y'all. So let's talk about the pros and cons of buying bank-owned properties, okay? Because there's some pros and cons. Look, I tried to change up the top 5, but everybody got their camera off. I guess everybody's sitting at home with their bonnets on or watching TV or in the bed. So that's fine. Don't worry about it. I'll go back to my starting 5. That's fine. Don't worry about it. Boom. We back over here. There we go. So pros and cons of buying. Yep, which I'll bonnet on. It's okay. That's fine. If you get sleepy, just lay down, put the phone next to you on the pillow, and you just listen like it's the radio. It's okay. I don't mind. So here we go. Pros and cons. So pros, for sure. I think the main reason people want to buy bank-owned REO properties because you're going to get a discount, right? That's what we all heard. You're going to get a discount with bank-owned properties. Everybody is looking for a deal. Everybody wants that is the number. If you're a real estate agent, most of your clients are like, I want a foreclosure. You like, y'all, like, and because everybody thinks they're going to get a deal on foreclosures. That's what everybody wants. So, but it can also be very competitive when it comes to buying foreclosures because I mean, everybody, it's on, you can look up foreclosures on Zillow, on Realty Track. Look, if it's on Zillow, that means everybody know about it, basically. So sometimes there is a lot of competition when it comes to buying bank-owned REO properties, but that's why y'all are in this class, so you can get a jump on it, so you can bookmark all these sites, and so you know how the process works, so when they come, you can be ready, because we're going to get a discount on them, because look, Fannie Mae is selling off their delinquent loans for like 38 cents on the dollar. We better get a discount. That's what I'm saying. We'll talk about it. Don't worry. Because I'm getting my beach house for $22.19. So just wait. So thank you, Patrice. I see you. Thank you. You're right with me. So I posted a few properties that are, because you know, since I work on the inside, I can post some properties that are going up for auction, that have been up for auction, or that are coming to the auction. So I've got some properties that are going, let me mute this person. So I'm posting some properties that are scheduled for May and June. They'll be sprinkled in here, don't worry. So here's something, because everybody's like, there's no REOs, foreclosures are not coming, boom. What I'm seeing at the auction, you guys, half of the properties at the auction were just bought in the last 4 years, like post-COVID. So if you remember what I said, the opening bid, you guys, is the loan balance, okay? So if you just bought in the last 4 years, if you just bought in the last 3 years, you still owe that entire loan balance, okay? So when these properties come to me at the auction and they are still market, the opening bid is market value. Ain't nobody at the auction paying market value. That's not why you come to the auction. You want a discount at the auction. So these properties that just were bought 3 years ago, the opening bid is too high. So they won't sell and they go back to what happens to properties that don't sell at the auction? They revert back to the bank, right? And now they are an REO property. So, and I'm telling you, it's about 50-50 right now at the auction. It's a ton of properties at the auction that were just bought in the last 3 years. You know, I better hope these people who are hoping to refinance can hold on a little bit longer, because it's going to be a bunch of them come down the pipeline too, who were promised that they could buy now and refinance later. But don't worry, I won't get on my soapbox about that tonight. So let me check the chat. Do you have to compete with the bank at the auction, Henry? I don't know. Type in the chat. Is Detroit a good? Okay, look here, y'all. Hold on, Curtis. Hold on, Curtis. You said, is Detroit a good market for foreclosures? Hold on, Curtis. I'm gonna open it up for questions. So as you can see, this property right here, you guys, they just bought it in 2021. You see the opening bid. That one didn't sell. I don't think that one sold at the auction, actually. So let's keep going, you guys, because I can stop and start talking. Hold on, I can't find my little thing to move the mouse over. Hold on, there's the mouse. Boom, boom. We're not moving. Hold on, you guys. Hold on, you guys. We're not moving. The screen is not moving. It's not moving on your end, is it, you guys? No? My screen. Hold on, you guys. Has the screen just, hold on, don't worry. We'll figure this out. It has stopped moving. Hold on. Let's figure this out. There we go. It was me. User error, always. Here's another one, you guys. They just bought in 2022. I had a lady call me the other day. She just bought March of last year and is in foreclosure. So exactly a year later, already about to lose the house. So here's one. They bought March of 2022. This one is scheduled for auction. It's an upcoming auction, I think. I can't see the top of it. But boom, let's keep going. If my screen will move. I don't know why my screen isn't moving. There we go. Okay, we'll get it. Pros and cons, some more pros and cons. Keep going. REO properties are sold as is. Okay, that's one main thing that you've got to remember. REO properties are sold as is and may require significant repairs and renovations. Okay, managing these repairs can be time consuming and costly. So you've got to know what you're dealing with when you buy bank-owned REO properties. That's your city, Atlanta. I know I got a lot of Atlanta properties on here. I know you guys. And if I see, look, if I click on, if I post one of your friends' houses, or if you know the address, just keep, you know what I mean? Just don't say anything. And then don't tell them that I had their house on that masterclass. Okay. So I didn't know. That's why I don't ever post Memphis houses, because I live in Memphis and I see people on the foreclosure list all the time that I know. So I can't ever post Memphis houses because I feel bad. I feel bad. So I'm sorry if y'all recognize any of these houses. So as is, I want to reiterate what as is means. What you see is what you get. Okay. So I know when you're working residential and we put as is in the listing, and then you get an appraisal and you're like, well, the appraisal said y'all need to fix this. This is not that. Okay. This is not that. If the appraisal says it need a whole new roof, if it needs, you got to fix it. okay? They're not, it's as is, okay? So you might not be able to use FHA when it comes to some bank-owned properties, okay? Because y'all know FHA is a little stricter when it comes to repairs and they want you to fix it a lot of times. Now you could go conventional, we'll talk about this, but with REO properties, you can use traditional financing, okay, you guys? At the auction with me, I only take cash. I only take certified funds at the auction. REO properties, that's why I said the auction, everybody's blood pressure cannot handle the auction, right? That is not everybody's blood pressure level. Everybody is not willing to drop off cash at the auction, and at the auction, you cannot see the inside of the properties at the auction. So that's not everybody's blood pressure level right there, okay? So REO properties, you can use traditional financing. That means if it's a good property, FHA, conventional, FHA 203K, VA loans, hard money, you can do all that, okay? So let's keep going. So what you see is what you get when it comes to REO properties. Jamal, I see you in the chat. Go stand in the hallway, Jamal. Okay. I don't know why I just won't go. True. At the auction, as is doesn't come with previous owner. At the auction, you guys, you know, people could live in the house when you buy a property at the auction. You got to evict them. But at the bank, you know, they've already, nobody's living there. And usually that title is clear. I promise this is not going to be an auction class because I've already had one of those, but I will talk about the key differences. I don't know why my screen is acting crazy, you guys. Okay, let's try to move. Boom, boom. It's not moving. Don't worry, I can keep talking. That's okay. Boom, there we go. So as is could look like this. Every property that I'm posting on here, every house, you guys, is an auction property or it's an REO property. I didn't just pull these out. I looked at the schedule. So a lot of these have either already gone up for auction. They have, I don't have a wait list. I don't know why they can't get in. Look, there's no waiting list. Tell them to come on in the class. They have already either been up for auction, or they're going to be up for auction soon, okay? They've been up or they're going. All these properties that I post. All these properties that I post have probably been up for auction in the last 90 days or are going up for auction in the next 90 days. So here's one out of Atlanta. If this reverts back to the bank, which it probably will because that opening bid is too high. So you could buy this from the bank, but clearly you see what as is looks like, okay? So that's not going FHA for everybody who knows that. That's not going FHA. And I think an investor bought it in 2020 and maybe they ran out of money and just can't get out of it. So now it's up for auction. Thanks. I try to make it easy for y'all, even though my little mouse thing is going a little slow. But don't worry, you guys, we'll get through it. I got some good slides for you. Boom. Let's see if it'll move. I don't know, you guys, why it won't move. We're going, boom, here we go. It just takes a while. It must be like a Gemini. I don't know why it's going so slow. So, so here's another one, you guys. This one went up, I think, last week. This one went up for auction last week. This is another as is. Look, I got a link here. We're going to see if my link works. Boom, it might be slow. Here it is. Oh, look, it worked. So this is what as is could be. And let me tell you right now, you guys, when I talk to y'all, I act like it's just me and y'all on the phone. It's like 100 and something of y'all in here, but it is what it is, you guys. All good. I am on y'all. All the Atlanta people are seeing the addresses and everything. I see y'all. So it is a ton of investors on the foreclosure list right now. A ton of investors. And I guess the market flipped so quick. We know, like if you're in real estate, you know how quick the interest rates went up. Like, and when it was good, 2021, 2022, like it was the land of milk and honey. Investors were buying properties, getting hard money, flipping houses, getting off of them. And then the interest rates went up and shoot, the market slowed down. And it's a lot of investors still holding on properties that they can't get off of. And it's a lot of investors with hard money that is getting foreclosed on. Because you know, if you use hard money, you're supposed to refinance up out of hard money and then pay them back. It's a lender here in Memphis foreclosing on his investors, a hard money lender, because they can't get off these properties. So here's one, boom. You can tell it was an investor trying. Can y'all see the screen is changing, isn't it? Yeah. So this one went up, it did not sell. So this one could be a potential REO property. What is hard money? Like, it's when like private money, basically, when you don't go through like your typical lending sources or your typical institutions, like you're not going through a bank and all that kind of stuff. And a lot of times hard money they'll loan you money. It's usually private money, and they'll loan you money based on the investment, right? Like you'll bring them a house. You say, I can buy this house, put this amount of repairs in it, flip it, and pay you back. So a lot of times they don't go off of like your credit and taxes and all that. They go off of, that investment a lot of times. Look, everybody in the chat, look at y'all. Go on and explain what hard money is. There you go. And let me know, because I know everybody on here is not like a real estate expert. Some of y'all are just getting started. So I don't want to, talk over. So if you got a question, just put it in the chat, because look, everybody jumping in here helping. But here's an investor. I just wanted to show these pictures to you. Looks like they got started and it was a big project and could not finish it. So this property went up for auction. I'm sure, look, they really didn't finish it. So when it means as is, if you bought this at the bank, this is how you're going to get it, right? You are going to have to finish what's going on with it. You have to finish the repairs. You can't be like, I need the bank to put in some sheetrock for me. They're not doing that, okay? So just know that. Now, let's see if we can get back. Look, here we go. Let's see if I can get back to where we were, you guys. Okay. Boom, look at that. Hold on. I need some confetti because I got us back to where we were. I got us back. Boom. Okay, let's see if I can change it. That's going to be the thing. See if I can change the screen while I'm trying to do confetti. Boom. Okay, so REO properties has definitely, though, the potential for high returns, but you got to do your due diligence. You have to do your due diligence. But working with the bank, you guys, there can definitely be delays when it comes with dealing with the bank, right? Just I saw one property that went up, I think for Fannie Mae, it went up in like February, and they didn't accept an offer until February, March, April, May, like June. So it took a minute for the bank to accept it, for it to go through all the red tape and all that kind of stuff. So sometimes they can take a while. Also, since I deal with people in foreclosure a lot of times, once you're in foreclosure, y'all, I can talk. Let me just tell you right now, I can talk. So just, I know I got slides, but a lot of times I deter from the slides and just start talking. So I've seen people who houses are in foreclosure. They didn't move. They were in foreclosure. The house went up for auction. It didn't sell. So they stayed in the house. So then, because I'm trying to figure out the process, the bank came out, like the sheriff came out, had to serve her a court paperwork so she could go to court because she was still in the house. She went to court. The judge gave her like 60 more days to stay in the house. So then what I'm saying is it can take a minute for a foreclosure auction for people to get out of these houses. So just know that, okay? So let's keep going. Okay, so let's take a closer look. I forget what I put in these slides, at the buying process, because I know that's what a lot of y'all want to know about, is the buying process when it comes to REO properties. So hold on, I knew it was gonna say that, but don't worry, I got it. It's gonna get us out of here. It did this a second ago. There it is. Okay, so homepath.com. Don't worry, I'll give y'all some websites and all that, but deal with me for a second here. Homepath, that is Fannie Mae's REO site, homepath.com, right? We're not really fooling with Fannie Mae right now because she's selling off her loans to hedge funds. So Fannie Mae is on the list with Sallie Mae. Fannie and Sally, we're not really fooling with them right now. So just know Fannie Mae has been selling her defaulted loans to hedge funds for like 38 cents on the dollar. We can talk about that after this class, right? It's like a Marvel movie. When you go to the Marvel movie, you watch it and then they run the credits and then they start playing again. We'll do that on here. So here is Fannie Mae. And their process is, you guys, this is why I give you the sites, but sometimes you got to come on here and see how they work. Okay. That's why I want y'all to bookmark these sites. So when the properties start coming, y'all are already ready for it and not trying to figure it out. So on Fannie Mae's site, the process is basically the same as if you were to submit a traditional offer. Okay. You got to do a contract. A lot of these sites like Fannie Mae, HUD Home Store, they want you to have an agent. I will just say that. They require you to have an agent. And we can talk about that on here too. Agents who want to work for the bank. We'll talk about that. So when it comes to, boom, this is another thing I wanted you to see. A lot of people were asking, how do you become like a listing agent or a vendor for some of these bank-owned REO properties? Here's Fannie Mae. Look, you guys, I just scrolled down. And there it is. It says, apply to become a Home Path Pro listing agent or a vendor. You click on it and it tells you what, like, I get to click, but I don't want it to freeze up on us. You know what I mean? So here is the vendor site. And a lot of times, like, vendors could mean clean out crews, trash out crew, landscaping people, general contractors, right? Because the bank might need these people for when, like, if foreclosures come, they need the grass cut, right? Because the bank does basically trash out the house. It's not like with me at the auction where you got to trash out the house yourself. The bank does do a few things. They will trash out that house. They will winterize it. They'll cut the grass. So they need vendors to do that. And somebody, yes, rekeying. Thank you, Javier. Look, I can see Javier where I'm like, thank you. But I heard of somebody, Daniel was telling me, I don't think Daniel was on here, was saying like one of his friends made a killing doing clean outs and trash outs back when the last crash came. So y'all get your business together. Let's be professional. You know what I'm saying? We're not taking Cash App. Okay? No Cash App. If nobody has never told you, Cash App is not professional. Your auction mama's telling you, Cash App is not professional. Okay? So get your business together and come on here. And it tells you, you guys, look, I'm on here talking to y'all like we like FaceTiming. But look, here it is. I clicked on the vendor list. Y'all see how I clicked on the vendor list that easily? Because I know how y'all will do. I'll send you an address. I'll send you a website. And y'all will be like, Ashley, what am I supposed to do with the website? You got to click on it and go through the process. That's what you have to do. So look, here are all the things that Fannie Mae needs. This is a list of things that Fannie Mae buys or uses, is what they say. And here are bankruptcy, foreclosure, eviction vendors, general contractors, property preservation, property rental management. Look, the things that all of us could do. You better get a truck and an LLC and Stripe. And all I'm saying is, if you can't, someone just start somewhere, right? Maybe you don't have the money to buy properties right now, but if you can get this partnership with the banks and prove that, you do good business, I'm telling you. So there's other avenues and there's other jobs that present themselves during a distressed market. And that is trash out and landscaping and general contractors. I heard somebody said like storage companies will be needed. Like when the last housing crash, you guys, I don't know if y'all know I always talk about 99 Homes. That's one of my favorite real estate movies. So during the last housing crash, so many people, like the extended stays were packed full of people. Extended stays were booked and people were had to put their furniture in storage places, storage facilities. So they said like storage facilities were at capacity during the last housing crash. I mean, you never know, it might be laundromats because people are going to need to do their laundry. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's going to be like 2008, but I am saying that jobs present themselves during a distressed market is all I'm saying. So govern yourselves accordingly is what I'm saying. Okay. I see y'all over there in the chat, you guys. Y'all got to let me do this and then I'll come back and do that. But anyway, Fannie Mae, y'all saw how I got here. I clicked through. I will give you this website, Fannie Mae, homepath.fanniemae.com. realtor.com. Okay. So I will shoot it goes through. I'm not going to go through this because look, we ain't going to be here all night and all day, but it walks you through the steps, honestly, how to register, how to submit an offer. You guys, you just got to dig a little deeper. If you're an agent, how to sign up on here to be an agent for the bank. And the process is typically the same. Fannie Mae says they will give you an answer to your offer in 48 hours, is what their website says. So you got to submit an offer. There was a couple of things on here that I was trying to. Fannie Mae said they will not agree to like 1031 exchanges. They won't sign any paperwork if you're trying to do a 1031 exchange. I know some of y'all are probably like, what is a 1031 exchange? Right? I know some of y'all are looking. It's when, I shouldn't even say it, but let me explain it now that I said it. If an investor, it's a way to kind of avoid paying taxes on the money that you make off of a flip or a real estate deal. You buy a house, flip it, make some money, boom, that profit you make, they will put it in a separate account. Okay. You can't touch that money. Put it in a separate account. And if you use the profit from that, if you use that profit to buy another house, you won't get taxed. Okay. So, but you got to put that money in a 1031 exchange, like your title or your closing company. They know exactly what it does, but you got to put that money there, and you got to buy a house, I think, within 90 days, and you can use that money to buy another property and you won't get taxed on that money. Boom. That was a lesson for everybody who didn't know. 1031 exchange. Okay. My point was, Fannie Mae said they're not signing off on any 1031 exchange paperwork. So you get in where you fit in on that. Let me see. I was just there. If y'all can see the screen right there where it says they will not, and they won't accept any contingencies. I guess if you have to sell your home, contingent on selling your home to buy one of Fannie Mae's homes, they won't sign off on those contingencies. So you can read through here, boom. And it looks like you might have to take, if you want Fannie Mae to give you some concessions, like pay your closing costs or something like that, you've got to take a buyer course, a home buyer ready course, if you want the concessions from Fannie Mae. So y'all take the course so Fannie Mae can pay your closing and give you some concessions. Okay. So, hold on. Let me look. I'm in the chat because y'all chatting in the chat. I see you in the chat. Boom, 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 boom. Yes, your husband needs to get on the list. That's right. Okay, you guys. I'll hop back in the chat because I need to scroll up, and I'll be scrolling up forever. So there's Fannie Mae. Let's see if I can get back to the main screen without a problem and without closing out our whole masterclass. Okay, and we're back. Okay, moving right along. Here's another one. Because somebody told me on YouTube the other night that the only properties that go up for that are REO or bank-owned properties are raggedy. That's what they said to me. So let me be the first one to tell you. All REO properties are not in the hood and they are not raggedy. So here is a perfect example. Open and bid, and you see when they bought it. Because look, get behind on a $4 million mortgage, miss 1 month of that, and there's your whole life. Your feelings are going to be hurt for the rest of your life. So it looks like they just bought it in 2022 for $4.7 million. The opening bid was $4.2 million. So I do not believe it's sold, but there it is. And it's not raggedy. So boom, all properties, for the record, all properties that go up for auction or all properties that are bank owned are not raggedy. I've heard of people getting their like vacation houses, which is my plan, at the auction and from the bank. So just know, and you can get your forever house. I mean, again, it is investors losing their properties, and I'm talking about completely remodeled properties. And then that's what's happening. Investors are buying properties, flipping them, and the market changed. They tried to sell it. They can't sell it. They tried to rent it. They can't rent it. And now they're in foreclosure. So it is completely renovated properties up for auction right now. Plenty of them. So when it comes to REO properties, you guys, it's not always just single family. You can get duplexes, multifamily, commercial properties, land, all bank-owned properties, okay? So auction.com is another great place, auction.com. Yes, they do have auctions on auction.com, but they also have bank-owned. When you get on auction.com, you can select bank-owned, and it will take you there. I'm not going to auction.com right now because we'll be on here all night. So when you get on auction.com, you can select eligible for financing, because a lot of people are like, when you go to the auction, you got to have cash. Filter it by eligible for financing. And then you can go, like we talked about, FHA, conventional, FHA 203K, right? And then also on auction.com, you can filter it for land, multifamily, condo, townhouse, commercial. You can do all that on auction.com. So don't feel like it's always single family when it comes to REO properties. Okay. Okay. Here's another one. I sprinkled them in here. So look, when this one was sold, May of last year, it was sold. Opening bid, they bought it for 150. Opening bid was 129. It says its estimate is 215,000. So I'm just letting you know, you guys, people are like, I think we'll have a foreclosure wave for years. Like, it's just so many people who, when COVID hit, they were in the process of being in foreclosure. COVID saved them. We've had 4 years of banks not foreclosing on people. So all those people are in the pipeline. We've got investors. We've got commercial real estate that's about to, everybody know, commercial problem. We got people who were promised that they could buy now and refinance later, and interest rates are still high, struggling to hold on. And y'all in Florida, y'all's insurance and taxes, I've been seeing people post that their mortgages doubled because of insurance and taxes. And that's the thing, you guys, when like 2021, 2022, when properties were being bid up so quickly, now when taxes come back and reassess, everybody's got these higher property values and everybody's taxes are going up. Even if you have a fixed rate mortgage, principal and interest might stay the same, but taxes and insurance can definitely go up. So keep that in mind. That's why you buy comfortably. Don't you be trying to barely pay for mortgages, because you just don't know. So there's one. Let's keep going. We're moving right along. I guess I talked too long because it froze on me again. Hold on. Boom. There's one. Mr. All houses that go up for auction are raggedy. So that one was bought April of 2021. Opening bid is 700,000. It looks like it's worth about 987,000. And it looks nice. You guys, it's a lot of middle class, upper class in foreclosure. Do not let the news fool you that everybody got a job and everybody got money. It's a lot of people struggling right now. So there's one. I don't know if it's sold or not, but I think that one went up like last week. I think I posted that last week. If y'all follow me on Instagram, you know I post them all in my stories all the time. All the auctions. I try to post them for y'all. So keep in mind, you guys, if y'all if you market to distressed homeowners, you guys, you can market to them all the way up until auction day. And let's be honest, it would be much better if they sold it themselves than it come to me and I sell it at the auction. Because if I sell it, they're going to have a foreclosure on their credit, right? And it might take them a while to get their money. But if they sell it, you know what I mean? They won't have a foreclosure, they'll get some money, and they're kind of in control of the process. So that's all I'm saying. So where to find them? We're moving right along because my mouse is moving right along today. So REO properties, boom. I'll try to drop it in the chat, or you can screenshot this, or I'm going to send out the replay to this tomorrow as well. So let me try. Look, I'm about to mess up the whole thing. I don't even want to drop it in the chat. And then the whole masterclass freeze up. And so I'm not going to even do it. I saw your hand, Corey. You said, don't even do it. Don't even try to do anything fancy. This is about it. That's all I can do, right? Leave it at that. So either screenshot this, or I'll, in the replay tomorrow, when y'all get the replay, I'll put the websites and everything in it. But these are some good, like Truist, that's their REO. Bank of America has an REO site. Fannie Mae, HUD Home Store, Freddie Mac, and Regions. And on a lot of these sites, you guys, you can register as an agent. If you're a real estate agent and want to start working with banks, it'll show like how to become a bank, well, a listing agent for banks, if I can talk. So also other REO sites, like I said, auction.com, Realty Track. Can y'all see? Because on my screen, everybody hid in the way. There we go. Oh, let me go back. I'm sorry. Y'all was seeing what I was seeing. Everybody was looking at the starting 5 and not the screen. So REO websites, boom. So check those out. And I know right now there aren't a lot of properties on there, you guys, but bookmark them. Bookmark them and start checking back and understanding the process, getting familiar with it, applying for your vendor. You know what I mean? Making friends, because that's what I'm gonna do. Look, look, I changed it up a little bit on y'all. Everybody got their camera off. That's fine. That's fine, everybody. Let me go back to the group, the starting 5. Okay, so here we go. Sorry, y'all, came back. So here we go. Moving right along, auction.com, Realty Track. A lot of these, you will have to filter it by REO or bank-owned properties. Real estate agents, you guys, check out reonetwork.com. If you are a real estate agent and you want to start doing BPOs, if you want to start getting these bank-owned properties, working with banks, check out reonetwork.com. Okay, I would go to the site, but I'm not. So again, somebody said all bank-owned homes are raggedy. They're not. We've already seen that. So that's a myth. That is not true. But some of them will need some work, you guys. But, you know, do your due diligence. There's another one. There's another one that's not raggedy, right? So I can't see because y'all up there. Opening bid is 2.4 million. So because they must have just bought it. So the opening bid is higher than what the house is worth. So when I see that, I know that's not going to sell at auction, because you don't come to the auction to overpay for properties. That is not what you do. So when that opening bid is too high, that is going to revert back to the bank and become a what, you guys? Dang it, I tried to do my little thing. Ooh, it went too quick. So look, let me do it again. So if it does not sell at auction and it reverts back to the bank, it's an REO property. Boom. There we go. Y'all gonna let me have my moment because I just figured how to do that on Canva. So here's another one. That was a good one in Nashville. I even got the link for this one. So it looks like an investor tried to flip it. I think y'all, the starting 5 is in the thing. There we go. It looks like an investor tried to flip it. They've had it on the market for so long. They bought it for $459. Can y'all see that? Right here, I circled it. They bought it in 2020 for $459,000, put it on the market for $2.3 million in 2022. They took it down, and ever since then, do you see where we are now at the price? At 1.7 million. Started at 2.3. Let's go look at her. Look, because I did it. She pretty too. She pretty in Nashville, down the street from us. Let's look. And so a lot of times, look, drastically reduced. You're right. It's sure for sure. Drastically reduced. She's pretty too. Y'all like, Ashley, we didn't come for all this. Yes, you did. You did come for all this. So they remodeled it. She pretty. They got her for $459 in 2020. Y'all, if y'all know who owns this, if this is your house, I'm sorry. I am sorry. Let me say that right now. I'm sorry. It's a beautiful house. If this is your house, I'm sorry. But let me see. This is what I look at, you guys. A lot of times this is how I know it's an investor. Let's scroll down and boom, there we go. I like to see what the history looked like. Y'all had so many price changes on this, and they are in foreclosure. That's why I posted it. So 2020, they bought it for $459, listed it for sale for 2.3. July 2022, they raised it to 2.5, took it down, listed for sale for 2.5, reduced it to 2.4, reduced it to 2.3, reduced it to 2.1, 2, down to 1.9. And here we are at 1.7 million. Here we are, 2 years later, and they are in foreclosure. So, but they're active on the market right now. they are, I believe they are still active on, I think it's even lower. No, I just clicked on it. So yeah, 1.7. They active on the market right now, still trying to sell. And I think their auction is scheduled for, I think they have an upcoming auction. I can't remember if I put the date on it. So that is, yeah, look, if you got a house, if you're an investor, y'all, you might not be able to get the profit that you were trying to get, but you like, what, oatmeal is better than no meal, okay? So if you can sell it and get a little money and get off of it, do that, right? Like, because if you're in foreclosure, that means they probably haven't paid, there goes your credit. Like, just sell it, make you a little money and chop it up as a loss and go on to the next one, right? It's gonna be a learning lesson, but don't, you know what I mean? Don't let the bank foreclose. You guys, I had one lady, look, I'm talking to y'all like y'all my best friends. This guy called me because he's in foreclosure. As soon as I talked to him, he was like, yeah, because you know, I'm a real estate investor too. And I was like, oh, okay. He was like, but you know, I've been spending money on all these, because I guess he's wholesaling. He was like, I've been spending money on all these CRM programs and all these other things to get clients. And I just got behind on my mortgage. I was like, he's like, but I'm a real estate investor too. I was like, okay. So let me tell you guys, I know when you first get into real estate and you start wholesaling and it's all that shiny object syndrome that everybody's pushing to you to buy, the CRMs and the programs and the coaching. You guys, sometimes you gotta roll up your sleeves and do like, you know, put in the sweat equity. Javier be out there door knocking, don't you, Javier? Sometimes you got a door knock. Like when you first get into real estate, you don't have to buy like $1,000 CRM. You better just get on Google and use a Google Sheets, right? And keep up with your clients and their information. You don't have to spend $1,000 on a CRM, right? Especially if you don't have the money. So you might just got to be old school and pen and paper and Google Sheets and do what you got to do until you make some money. But he sure was adamant. He was like, I'm a real estate investor, but I just been spending money on CRMs and all this stuff. And I was like, but he's like, but can you help me? I'm like, but you in foreclosure. But I don't judge. I don't judge at all. So let's keep moving. Let's go back. So that's another nice one. Okay, let me move y'all over the starting 5. I'm gonna hop in the chat. I promise I will. I promise I will. Okay, so things to remember because we are coming up to the end. What time is it? Boom. I kept y'all over just a little bit, but y'all don't mind. So things to remember. Always get a home inspection, you guys. When you're buying a bank-owned REO property, you can get a home inspection, okay? Because again, it's going to be as is. When you get a home inspection, you can take your general contractor with you, right? And he can estimate how much the stuff is going to cost. Take your home inspector, take your general contractor, take everybody you want to take with you so you can start estimating how much repairs are going to cost. Get all the inspections. If you are looking and it's cracks in, because let me tell you, the bank is going to send you a disclosure that says they aren't aware of any repairs that's going on with that house. They don't know anything prior to when they just got it. So the structure could be bad, the foundation, it could have mold. They don't know anything about it. So do all the inspections that you want to do. Okay. If it's cracks, get you a structural engineer out there. And sometimes you might just have to pay a little bit more, you guys. But I would rather pay up front a little bit than it end up being a money pit on the back end, right? Like you thinking it's just a crack because it's old, and then like you sitting on a vault, like a fault line for an earthquake and the house about to like collapse. Get a structural engineer if you need one. Get the mold people to come out. Do all the due diligence that you can do when it comes to buying a property. And that's in general. Even if you aren't buying an REO property, get a home inspection. Always get a home inspection. If you're a brand new buyer, you guys, because you don't want to look, let the air conditioning go out. That's going to be a bill that you never want in your life. So things to remember, always stay in your budget, right? If you're a first-time home buyer, stay in your budget. If you're buying a bank-owned property, stay in your budget. If you're going to the auction, stay in your budget. And just in general in life, stay in your budget, okay? That's what you need to do. So even if you see a house that you are like, it's going to make me $100,000, you guys stay in your budget, okay? Stay in your budget. So here's another one. And then I'm almost done, you guys. This one's coming soon to the market. It's nice. Look at that price cut, $200,000. You better get off of it. It's probably an investor. Get off of it. I'm telling you. So keep going. I think I might have one more and then I'm almost done. Look at that one. It's a, I get excited. It's not funny, but that's a beast going up for auction in Atlanta. If you know who live in this house, if this is your friend who live in this house, I'm sorry. Okay. Again, I think this one is going up for auction in May. It might be May. You guys, but if you get behind on a mortgage, like a $3 million mortgage, like it's hard to catch up. Get behind on maybe a $15,000, $20,000 mortgage. That is hard to catch up on. So that one's coming soon to the market. There's another one. Look, they just bought it in June of 2021. And that one is, I think that's scheduled for May or June. That one's already on the list for auctions. So Atlanta, y'all got a lot, but Georgia, you know, they only auction once a month in Georgia, the first Tuesday of the month. So just know. So look, we are there. Look, there I am again. Hold on. Boom. Okay. So you guys, it's the same quote again. Success in real estate is not about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about taking action and making things happen. And y'all are taking action because you came to this masterclass. And on the East Coast, it is literally like 10:15. So I know, you know, some of y'all, and y'all had to go to work today. So I appreciate you all being on here and listening to me talk. Let me go through and I'm gonna ask some questions. I'll answer questions, you know I will. And of course, you'll get this replay for sure. And like I said, so here are some things to think about. Think about what your blood pressure tolerance is, right? A lot of people's blood pressure cannot handle the auction. Like y'all cannot handle buying a house that you cannot see the inside of, that you got to evict people out of, and that you have to pay cash for, period. Like everybody is not there. But an REO property might be more your speed, right? You can get a home inspection. You don't really have to worry about title issues. You can negotiate. Y'all know that's my big thing when it comes to bank-owned properties. Negotiate with the bank, okay? The bank will give you appliances if you ask for them. The bank will pay your closing costs. The bank will, appliances, closing costs. I'm missing one of them. Closing costs, appliances, just negotiate. That's what I'm trying to say. If Fannie Mae's selling their loans for 38 cents on the dollar, but look, y'all negotiate with the bank, okay? So do that. And then you figure out what your game plan is. People are like, what should I do? Figure out your game plan. Do you need a lump sum of cash right now? Or are you more focused on cash flow? You know, and it's going to depend on what market you're into. Cash flow is rental, capital gains is fix and flip. That's what that means. Because when you flip, you get a lump sum of money. Cash flow is rental coming in each month. You do Section 8, you know what I mean? You can rent it out, you can fix and flip it, you can house hack, you know what I mean? Like there are different options when it comes to the real estate goals. So let me move right along. How do you find me? Like most of y'all found me. Y'all know I am on YouTube. You guys, I've got like 200 videos on YouTube, all about auctions, foreclosures, boom. So go watch them if you feel the need. I'm on YouTube every Sunday at 8 p.m. just on there rambling about real estate and investment properties in case y'all want to come see me on Sundays. And here are like, because y'all gonna ask me, y'all are going to ask me. So yes, I market to distressed homeowners, you guys, I do. I send them letters. Everybody knows that I send them letters. I can't see myself, but I feel like I'm in the camera. I send them letters. So I made a bundle, a foreclosure bundle. 100 of y'all have already bought it. So I hope everybody that has bought it, y'all are sending your letters. So I made some letters that you can already send out. I've got little stickers. Do I have any stickers with me? Yeah. It comes with like little stickers you can put on the envelopes. Boom. That's one of the foreclosure if you mail to distressed homeowners. So there's a property that I mailed to. It was a triplex. The lady was in foreclosure. And look, y'all, I'm talking to y'all like all my friends. She had another rental property that was in foreclosure. She called me and she didn't want to sell the property that was in foreclosure, but she was like, but I got a triplex that I want to sell. I was like, that's even better. Thank you. You know, like, won't he do it? Right. So she wanted like 300. Look, I'm putting all the business out. She wanted like $320,000 for that triplex, you guys. We ain't never paying full price for anything. Nothing, not real estate. Y'all see how much it sold for. She wanted 320 for it. You see how much she came on down for. And now they have, I mean, it is beautiful. They used it as an Airbnb. They're renting out the two top, my investors love me, but they're renting out the two top rooms. You know what I'm talking about, units. And the bottom is an Airbnb that they are. The bottom floor is like 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. Perfection. So look, let me tell you, if you mail, you got to just stick to it though. Javier, if you door knocking, you got to do something. That's all I'm saying, you guys. Everybody's like, does it work if I send letters? Does it work if I door knock? Does it work if I cold call? It all works. You just got to do it. That's what I'm saying. And you have to do it consistently. Like, you're not going to send 2 letters and expect everybody and their mom to call you back. That's not how it works. Okay. That's not how it works. And some of y'all think y'all work hard and you really don't work hard. I'm just going to say that because I'm your auction mama, right? Some of y'all in your idea, in your mind, you're like, I work hard, but you haven't compared it to people who really work hard, like calling 5 people a week or mailing 3 letters. Y'all, come on. Like, that's not going to get the results that you want. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Y'all know me. If you watch YouTube, I always say scammers call 233 people a day. Scammers, scamming 233 people a day. I don't condone scamming, but that's a work ethic right there, calling 233 people a day, right? So if you even compare yourself to the work ethic of a scammer, like, most people are not doing that. So I just want to tell you, a lot of the results that you're looking for is in that work that you're not doing. So y'all know my latest bundle came out. If you mail to probate people, I feel like I'm just like the distressed marketplace one-stop shop. So the newest bundle is the probate. So if you mail to people who are in probate, homeowners, they got letters. I made letters to attorneys. If you want to network with attorneys, it's got an affidavit of heirship in it. It's got a probate checklist, so you can give to a homeowner so you look professional. Boom. Let's keep it going. So yeah, this is a lady called me, and this is the text she sent me. I got a letter from your office. Came to my address the other day for my parents. They're both deceased. I'm living in the property. I need help. And I always say this, you guys, heirship people, 99% of the time, if somebody inherits a property, they're going to sell it. A lot of people just cannot afford the upkeep of a second property right now. And when you inherit Big Mama's house and Grandmama's house, it needs work to even rent it out. And a lot of people just don't even have that money to invest in it to get it rental ready, right? So I've noticed like 95%, we'll say 95% of the time, when people inherit properties, they sell them. That's what they do. They turn around and sell them. So, because most people would rather have that money. Anyway, most people don't want to be landlords, and most people just need the money, honestly. So, and the newest one that's coming out is Driving for Dollars. Javier, those are for you. You see that, Javier, with the door hangers? So look, y'all, real quick, Javier got the letters, the foreclosure letters, and then he responded back to the email and was like, do you have door hangers? I was like, oh, but then now I'm like, well, I guess let me try to make some door hangers. So that's what I'm doing. So you guys, all the links, I'll make sure all the links are in there. Let me put my big face back up on the screen. Boom, here I am, you guys. Let me see. Oh, I'm sure y'all want to ask about the mentorship. You guys, yes, I have a mentorship that teaches people how to market to foreclosure. You become like a foreclosure master, basically. And I teach you all the things that I do to reach out to homeowners that are in foreclosure. So it's 6 weeks. Boom. I'll put the link. I think the link is already up here. Look, now I can see everybody. Hold on. Now I can see you guys. And let me answer any questions that you might have, you guys, because that's all I got for you tonight. Now it's like 140 of y'all on here. Look at that. So you guys, do y'all have any questions? Oh goodness, I'm looking at the chat and it says 97 new messages. Hold on, you guys. Oh goodness. Jamal, I see you. Probate letters. Yes, you guys. I think I put the link at the very top, you guys, because me in the chat act crazy sometimes. But it's all in the link. I think it's at the very top. But let me check for questions really quickly since nobody has their camera on. Y'all just don't. Look, there we go. Ooh, I surprised everybody. Look at everybody. I got you on camera. Danita, I see you. Corey, Philip, Javier, Ray. Ray, is that Ray? RHEA. I see you. Al, Shamika. Don't y'all try to hurry up and turn your cameras off. Don't do it. Don't do it. Look, let me get pictures really quickly, you guys. You can turn your camera off if you don't want to be in my picture. Y'all ready? Hold on, let me zoom in. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Hold on, let me scroll to the next set because it's a bunch of y'all. Hold on, it's 6 pages of y'all. So, okay, I see y'all with the peace sign. Okay, ready? 1, 2. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna give everybody a chance to turn their camera on. Go ahead. Okay, ready? 1, 2. Hold on. The cameras keep coming on. Look, I see y'all. Come on, Corey. I see y'all turning the cameras on. Y'all the best. Oh, so now everybody want to turn the camera on when I'm finished. Okay. Okay, there we go. Look at y'all. Everybody snatch their bonnet off real quick. I got you. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Y'all are perfect. Okay, let me go to the next row. Y'all are perfect. Perfect. Next. Boom. Okay, so all y'all got the cameras off. Okay. Frida from Philly. Okay. Okay, you guys, I'm going to the next one. Jaquelva, you don't have your camera on? That's fine, you guys. Nobody's turning their camera on. That's fine. That's fine. I'll just take little pictures of your heads. The first group was live. Nanette Hudson, Nicole's iPhone. Okay, you guys. Well, we got pictures. I got pictures even though y'all didn't want to turn your camera. Let me go back to the people who had their cameras on. But anyway, let me look at questions. Look, here we go. Here we go, you guys. Y'all look so nice and happy. I see you, Nanette. There you go. Okay, let me question. Do you have to live in the REO when the bank is financing? Look, Corey answering everybody. Corey, just do a masterclass and we'll all come to your masterclass, Corey. What is a
Like you.
come on, just tell us, Corey, and we're gonna come. What is a probate property? So it's usually like properties will go through probate, like when the person dies, right? A lot of times when they don't have a will or something, it'll go through probate and the court has to decide where it's going and all that kind of stuff. So that's why I put letters that you can send to probate attorneys to try to open that relationship and stuff like that. So that's probate. There's like heirship, sometimes when it's like an only child, or if there's a will involved, in the will, they'll put who they're leaving the property to. But if there's no distinguishing like who they're leaving the property to, a lot of times it's got to go to court. And let me just tell y'all, since I can see everybody on here, get a will and get some life insurance, okay? Because let me tell you, death and divorce bring out the worst in people. Death, I have never been divorced, but let me tell you, death brings out the worst in people. Like, even if you got kids and you're like, my kids would never do that. Yes, they will. Your kids will be fighting over that lamp in the living room that they ain't never touched in their life. Look, so trust me, you know your kids, or leave the house to the kid that you know is responsible. Y'all, I have auctioned off a house. And especially if Papa was a Rolling Stone. Let me say that. Leave a will. So when I had some people call me back, they were in foreclosure and dad died, right? And the daughter called me and she's like, we're in foreclosure. I was like, okay, yep, your house is going up for auction in 2 weeks. I said, do you have any brothers or sisters? And she's like, yes, because if dad dies, all the heirs have to sign off if they were to sell that house. Understand that. That's why you need a will. So I said, are there any siblings? She's like, yes. I said, how many? Y'all, she said 18. 18. Right. I see everybody shaking their head, right? Because 18. So I'm like, okay. I said, well, we got an auction in 2 weeks. We need to get an affidavit of heirship done. Do you think we can get everybody together? Do you talk, do you have your siblings' information? I don't talk to them because they didn't come around when my daddy was dying. I was the one who had to take care of daddy's house. I don't talk to them. I'm like, here we go, right? So needless to say, I'm on fast forward. Their house went up for auction. It had like $200,000 worth of equity in it, but the siblings would not come together and agree on anything. So, death and divorce, get a will, because when people die, look, your kids will fight over grandmama's Bible, her chair, her lamp, all of it. So just know that. Let me see, what question am I missing? Y'all done wrote like 15 more questions. Y'all, we gonna be on here. If y'all have to go, I understand it's 10:28 on the East Coast. So look, if you gotta go to sleep and you gotta go to work in the morning, I totally understand. If you need to put your bonnet on, put it on, turn the camera off. You can put the phone next to your pillow and I'll just listen with your ears, right? It'll be like the radio. I understand. And I'm gonna send out the replay, so I totally understand, you guys. So if you're here and you have to go, thank you for coming. Y'all are the best. I hope y'all learned something. I'm gonna answer these questions, but you know, I gotta say bye to the people who gotta go to bed. You know what I mean? So I hope y'all learned something. I'm on Instagram, Your Agent Ashley. I'm on YouTube Sundays nights, 8 p.m. live. I just be on there talking like I talk on here. But yeah, all the links, you guys, I will send out the links if you want the letters. Boom. If you want to get in the mentorship, let me know. I know I looked down when I said that, but it's just because I see Danita over there too. You guys, if my schedule picks up, I won't be able to do the mentorship, is why I've always say that. So like I had somebody join, we had our meeting this morning. She just joined out of Florida. So, but I will continue to do it as long as I can, is what I will say. So, let me answer some questions. Y'all, I hope Corey, Jamal, I hope y'all jumped in here and answered some of these questions, because I feel like I got like a million questions that need to answer. Y'all, I don't even know where to start. Curtis, if you got the letters, just shoot me an email. I'll send you the link again.
Can we raise our hand and just ask the question?
There you go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. But I bet everybody gonna be like, dang it, then why I type in the chat? If you just gonna, okay, well, I'll get to everybody. If you gotta go to bed, good night. I understand. So, okay. Who did somebody have their hand raised? Raise your hand so I can see what it looked like when you raise your hand. Like, how am I supposed to know if your hand is raised? You would think I never used a computer in my life.
You see mine?
Who said that?
Corey. It should be a little hand
There
up.
it is. I see your little hand, Corey. Boom.
I think it's just unmute.
Okay. Okay. Okay, you guys, time out. Okay, I can see the hand raised. Look, I can see it. Oh, okay. Okay, Corey, did you have a question? Let me ask.
So the numbers that you put out, like I appreciate your content. It's really great. I'm in New Jersey, in the PA area. And so
you got a echo, but I think you're okay. There it is.
So where do you get that information? I've seen where do you get that monthly?
So I go on adam.com. Look, y'all, I'll share the screen again. Y'all gonna be like, Ashley, really? No, I'll freeze up the whole thing. But you know, I'll share it with you guys. I don't gatekeep. Y'all know that. I'll tell you everything that I do, honestly. And you guys, another website that I forgot to tell y'all about, Corey, I'm about to answer your question, but y'all know I get to talking and I think of stuff. So first of all, Corey, let me answer your question so you don't feel like I skipped over you. Adam, boom, adamdata.com. Recent articles, bookmark them. They just came out with the latest. I bookmarked them. I read all their articles. US, they just came out with this article March 11th. And so it talks about lenders repossessed 3,000 properties. Y'all need to do some videos so y'all can be the foreclosure expert in your market. And I'll watch your videos too.
Well, I follow you. I missed the REO. It's not on here. So yes, that's why you've got great content. And I'm like, I need to be able to give that to my market as well.
Absolutely. All of y'all need to do that. Hold on. Let me stop share. And so I can look at everybody on the camera. Like I'm your mom. Yes, you absolutely can. Like anything that I share, anything that you see, absolutely. That's what I've done in my market, right? I just started sharing information about foreclosures and make it, and I know a lot of y'all don't like to get on camera and talk. I get it. I get it. You can do faceless videos. Just do like some pictures of you walking or the ocean or I don't know. And then write the foreclosure stats on it, like the foreclosure numbers for the month. It don't have to be your face, right? But sometimes people just resonate with seeing you and all that kind of stuff. But absolutely share, especially in your market. Y'all become the foreclosure expert. Now people just call me because they're like, Ashley, will you talk to my nephew? He in foreclosure. Sure, because I've just established myself as that person here, right? You can do the same in your market, you guys. I'm telling you. I'm
And
telling
my
you.
second question, so Jersey, we do the auctions in the actual court. So is that because of the different states? Because it's interesting. I never knew, well, then I never met an auctioneer. So I was interested in how that process, how to get into that per se.
So I'm at the courthouse, right? So
Right.
you were saying that they do them in the court there.
Courtroom, yeah, the
Oh, in
sheriff
the
does it
courtroom.
here.
Yeah, sheriff sales. So I do trustee sales. I'm at the courthouse. I'm literally on the steps of the courthouse. Or it just depends on where I am. Some courthouses, I'm inside in the lobby auctioning. Some great places, if you can find your notice of auction.com. I know y'all don't believe me, but auction.com is a great place to find auctions. Like they post all the auctions, they post my auctions, trustee sales, auction.com hosts their own auctions. And sometimes we'll be out there simultaneously auctioning at the same time. But auction.com is a great place. Let me put y'all on another site. Look, everybody who's still here, I'm about to put you on really quickly. You guys, don't say I didn't. Okay, I'm about to share my screen real quick. Another great site if you want to start mailing and marketing. This is the Masterclass after hours part we got going on here. So, boom, I'm about to share my screen. 1 second. Here we go. Share screen. Boom. Boom. Do y'all know PropWire? Have y'all heard of propwire.com? Propwire.com. It is free. If you use PropStream, it is exactly like PropStream, but it is free. Propwire.com. If you can see my screen, hold on, I'm about to walk y'all through this. Look at all y'all still staying. Y'all might really like me. Let me see. I'm trying to move this over so I can do the screen. Okay, PropWire. It's like Zillow, but it's for investors and it is free. You can put in here, let's say we're at Atlanta, because baby, y'all in here. Atlanta, Georgia. Boom. Put in Atlanta. Come over here, lead types. It gives you every absentee owners, bank owned, cash buyers, high equity, intra-family. Intra-family is heirship properties. Intra-family means it has been transferred from a family member to another one. It's got out of state, pre-foreclosures, probates, tired landlords. So let me just click on one so y'all see. I clicked on pre-foreclosures and auctions in Atlanta. Boom. It gave me 239 results for Atlanta. You can click on them. Don't ever say I did not put y'all on. Here's the property. You can click here and get the owner information. If you want to skip trace it, it's only 10 cents. I know some people skip trace. I saw a girl on Instagram talking about she was skip tracing for 99 cents. I was like, never, never. 99 cents? 10 cents. It will skip trace. You can skip trace a whole list of people. It gave me 239. I could save all 239 and skip trace all 239. If you were going to the auction, you could go on here. Let me go down. Property, scroll down. It tells you first mortgages. Y'all know when you go to the auction, you can only buy that first mortgage. Don't buy the second mortgage. It'll tell you what's going on. Like when they bought the first mortgage, looks like in 2012. If this is a house for somebody you know, I'm sorry. Okay. Tax information, foreclosure details. It gives you all of that. Boom. Propwire.com. It is free. Okay. Everybody govern yourselves accordingly. Let me
I have a question, Ashley. You said don't look at the second mortgage. So if it's a second mortgage, is that a home that you should skip or just purchase the first mortgage, meaning that the second mortgage is null and void?
So when you go up for auction, so understand foreclosure auctions. Let me try to make it as simple as possible for you because I can get really confusing. Not anybody, but almost anybody. If you owe somebody, anybody can put a lien on your house, right? They put a lien on you, they can foreclose on that lien, right? But every lien does not give you ownership, right? So if you hire a contractor to do some work and you don't pay them, they'll put a mechanic's lien on your house. They can go through the process of foreclosing to get that lien paid off, but they won't get any ownership to your house, okay? They just gonna get the lien paid off. So if you buy, which a lot of people are doing, they'll buy a house, primary mortgage, then they'll get a second mortgage, a HELOC, right? You get a HELOC to do home equity line of credit, to do some repairs on your house. If you have a primary mortgage, that's your first, and a HELOC mortgage, that's your second. A lot of people, when you gotta rob Peter to pay Paul, you always gonna pay your first mortgage. This second mortgage might not get paid, the HELOC. When you get a second mortgage, you get two payments, your primary mortgage and your HELOC. A lot of people have stopped paying their HELOC and they can foreclose on this HELOC. If this HELOC goes up for auction, you don't want to buy it. You won't get any kind of ownership of that property buying a HELOC, buying a home equity line of credit. You will only get ownership if you buy this primary mortgage, okay? So you only want to buy that first lien. You can buy these go up for auction. HELOCs go up for auction all the time. That's why you got to look at that title to make sure you are buying the first primary. Three liens you can buy at the auction. Your primary lien, an HOA lien, and a taxes. You know, everybody tax sales. HOA can foreclose on you, and your primary mortgage can
I'm
foreclose.
sorry, Leo. Damn, I didn't even know you were down there.
I guess somebody was talking. But y'all can't mute everybody.
So the owner is then liable, like they're gonna get collect.
So Leslie, I think this is Leslie talking. Hold up, let me mute everybody real quick. So maybe we can let that go. So Leslie, was that Leslie?
Yes.
That was you who just asked me a question, right?
I was saying that the second lien, they're just gonna continue to go after the previous homeowners.
So hold on, let me mute you. So
Your mic and your speaker is too close to each other. That's why we're getting the feedback.
got you.
Not you, Ashley, whoever was speaking.
Okay. So Leslie, I think I understand what you're saying. So they're going to, hold on. Are they going to still continue to go after the second? If you buy the first one, are they going to still continue to go after the second one? Maybe, Leslie, is that what you mean? Because if you buy the first one.
They're gonna still try to get their money from the previous owners.
So, but yes, which is true. But once you buy it at the auction, if you buy the first lien, hold on, I'm like, I think okay, there we go. Can y'all still hear me? Okay. And I think that cut out everything. So if you buy the first lien, even if there is a second lien on it, once you buy that first lien, it usually, when it goes up for auction, you buy the first lien, it will clear everything else after that. So if it is a second mortgage on it, that's not on you if you buy it at the auction, okay? So, but if you buy a second lien at the auction and it's a primary mortgage, you screwed. Your feelings gonna be hurt the rest of the year. Let me say that. You can buy a first lien with a second one out there because you bought the right one. But don't buy a second lien with a first one still out there, okay? Now, Leslie, I don't think you were saying, are they still gonna go after the homeowner? Like, after you buy it at the auction, that ain't your concern no more if they go after that original homeowner. You know what I mean? Like, that's on them. So what I've seen at the auction, if a property gets bid up, let's say the property is $200,000 and it gets bid up to $250,000. They will clear that first mortgage for $200,000 and they will use that $50,000 and clear the other liens if there's some more liens on it. But that's not your responsibility if you buy it at the auction. Okay, that's on the old homeowner and who they owe. So I hope that makes sense. If, what I said, Leslie, I don't know if you covered this, but why someone owns the house and not the land? Look, Liz, I don't know. I know y'all be thinking I know everything, and I don't. Did I miss? I know. Okay, our X group. You got a question?
Actually,
Yes,
I want to add something because I ran into something here in Atlanta
yes,
where I was looking to purchase a home from a seller that got it on a tax lien.
yeah,
But what happened was, for whatever reason, the county did not transfer the title into the proper name.
yeah, yeah,
So he had a tax deed, but
yeah,
didn't have title in his name. So now he has to go to court. And in Atlanta, it takes a year for him to get that title in his name because the original owner that got bought out on the tax lien did not want to sign off on the property.
got you.
So I would definitely advise people before you buy any property, do a title search.
Absolutely, absolutely. Y'all, I made an auction course. If you're going to the auction, I didn't even talk about that because we weren't supposed to talk about auctions. But I guess I'm an auctioneer and y'all gonna
My bad.
always want to talk about auctions. No, you're good. Thank you for saying that. I made a course, an auction accelerator course. I'll pull it up. The link is down there. Use code thank you. But it teaches you how to do a title search before you go to the auction. Do not buy anything at the auction without doing a title search. Okay? Your feelings will be hurt for the rest of your life if you go to the auction and drop off $50,000, $75,000 on the wrong lien. Your whole, all your feelings will be hurt. Okay, and that can happen. I don't get up at the auction and say, "Hey, I'm auctioning off the second lien." I don't announce that. You got to already have done that due diligence to make sure you're buying the right lien. So I got a course, go all through that. And yes, you guys, if you go to the auction, deeds and refunds come in the mail. So you come see me at the auction, you pay me the certified funds. I don't have deeds, I don't have refunds, and I don't have keys. Okay. So deeds and refunds come in the mail. When you get that deed, you've got to file it with the county, with the deeds office, with the records and deeds office, so they know that you own it now, because they're not going to file it. So as soon as you get the deed in the mail, you go down wherever you got to go and file that deed to show that you have ownership of that property. Everybody does that make sense to everybody? So then now you on title. So then you can be on title. Okay. You guys, am I missing questions? Look, okay. Does somebody want to jump in? I would say that, but I'm like, y'all, if 5 people will jump in. Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I can.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so when you were showing us properties that are going to be coming to auction, what's the best way to find the foreclosures before they even make it to the auction? Like if we want to negotiate with the homeowner before it even makes it to the auction.
So I'm gonna so like PropWire, that's a great PropWire is a great one because it's pre-foreclosures. You want a pre-foreclosure. Also, if you can find your notice of default where you live, I always tell people to Google their county. I live in Shelby County. Shelby County public notices. Try to Google that and see if it'll pull up. Y'all, since y'all have been riding with me, I'm gonna share another site with y'all real quick. And I don't never share this site, but I'll share another one. But like you need to find the public notices, right? Do I have a paper here? A lot of times, you guys, it'll be in these smaller papers. I always talk about that. When people tell you, look in the paper for auctions, you're looking for the public notice. So it's usually in the smaller publications. Like you find them maybe at the library. Y'all know the library is a place where you go and you can check out books and you don't have to pay for them. And then, you read them and take them back. So they exist. Those places exist. So, but you can also look in smaller publications. Okay. And you're looking for the notice of default or the public notices. And they usually put those out 30 days before the auction. Okay. I'm going to put y'all on a site that y'all are going to be like, Ashley, I love you so much, which you already do. So especially if you're, but it won't be for everybody, but it'll be for if you're in Georgia, Mississippi, Tennessee,
I'm in
and
Atlanta. I need it.
I got you. I know it's a whole bunch of y'all from Atlanta. I'm about to put you on real quick. And don't say that I didn't. So, because this is a site I auction for these people. So it's a legit site. Hold on, let me share my screen with you. Get ready. Look, all 90 of y'all still on here.
Ready and waiting. About
There
to
it is.
screenshot.
There it is. He's an attorney. He a foreclosure attorney that I work for. So if you click up here, foreclosure property listings. Oh, I'm putting y'all. So you agree and view properties. He does Georgia, Tennessee, Mississippi, and Alabama. Georgia, everybody from Georgia, y'all be like, thank you, Ashley. Here are all auctions. Let's talk about April auctions. I'll do this in my Instagram stories. If y'all see me on Instagram, this is where I pull from a lot of times. April's auctions. Look, if y'all are over here on the right side of the screen. April, here's May auctions. Y'all can go after these people. Their auction is not until May. Keep scrolling. I'm still scrolling. Dang, it's a lot of May. It's a lot of May. June auctions are posted. Here are some June auctions. So you are more than welcome to reach out to them if you know, and you can get their auction. So this is a great place. He does, I gotta scroll all the way back to the top.
Where do you see the month?
Look over here on the, can you see my
Maybe
screen?
it's not on our screen. That's what it is. Okay.
Y'all
We
see-
only see property, city, zip, county, and bid.
Okay,
It's
hold on.
there. Just make it big. It's there. I see the date, Ashley.
Oh, do you, some of y'all see it? What about now?
Yeah, it's there. The first
Now
one
I
is
see
April
it.
2nd.
Okay. So there's,
I'm on the iPad, so my screen may not be big enough.
it's okay. Don't even worry, but I got you. But there they have, he does Georgia, Tennessee, Mississippi, and Alabama. So, and that's not all of them, but that's a lot of them. A lot of times the attorneys will post as soon as they get that file. But these people, like May people, won't get their notice until 30 days before their auction. But this attorney already has the foreclosures on his site. So that give you enough time to go talk to these people, is what I'm saying. So
Yeah. I'm going to
boom.
knock doors.
There you go. Come on, door knocking. That's what I'm talking about. Take it back, grassroots. That's what I'm talking about. Sometimes
Yes,
it takes
ma'am.
that. It takes that, you guys. Be
In
careful.
Georgia, they'll shoot you, though. You got to be careful.
Thank you. That's what I almost said. Thank you, my brother. I live in Atlanta. Please be careful. Okay.
Look, yes, I do say do that at your own risk, you guys. Yeah, I live in Memphis. Don't do I live in Memphis. So I have not door knocked. What I will do is what I'll tell you. If it's a house going up for auction, I will hand deliver a letter to them and I'll put like a note on it. Hold on, let me find something. Y'all really on here. It is 10 on the East Coast, it's 10:50. Boom. Javier, look at Javier. Hold on, let me pin you. That's what I'm talking about. Hold on.
I need to know about California. What's the best strategy for California with these high price houses? But I'm trying to get my beach house over there.
Come on, we all trying to get our beach house for $22.19.
I'm telling you,
Don't play with it.
especially in Laguna Beach. Actually, more like Dana Point, but yeah.
I think look, and I don't know California's market and them houses are like, but I
Hey,
see a lot like in California. I think the method is like what you all do. Like if you cold call. If you send them letters, send them letters. If you door knock, well, I mean, they probably ain't door knocking. I don't know, you guys, but find a marketing method that works for you. I send letters. I for sure that works with me. My letters, if you get the bundle, I lead with love. That is what any product that you get from me, anything I make for you, I lead with love. I am not anybody who is like, I'll buy your house quick close, cash, sell me your house. It does not come off like that for any of my marketing material. Everything is like, how can I help you? And I think people resonate with that more than I want to buy your house quickly. We'll buy a house, boom. People call me and they've said, Ashley, yours was the nicest letter that I got. Like, and I'm like, thank you. So that's something I recommend people do. Because when I go, I see all the letters that people send and they all are like, I'll buy your house quick. Let me do this. quick close, all cash. But y'all, these people aren't like your typical traditional home buyer, home seller that wants to sell their home. They're like in a tough situation, right? So you got to have some kind of, let me mute all. There we go. So, you know, have some compassion is what I will say. But California question, when an auction is super close, let me try to zoom my face in, make me big on the screen. And I saw you, Javier. I have brochures. Everybody does not get a brochure. I will put this in a bundle. I will probably put this in the abandoned vacant bundle, but so you can customize it yourself. If somebody has an auction and it is, let's say today is Thursday, and let's say their auction's like 2 or 3 days away, I will go take this to their house and I might put a post-it note on it and I'll say, you have an auction scheduled for Friday at 10 a.m. Please call me, right? And they get the brochure. It says avoiding foreclosure. Yeah, I made this. Your girl made this, okay? And it has like red flags. It offers assistance, explore your options, me on the back of it. And I will take this to their house. Now I don't ring the doorbell, but I put it like in the door or I'll put it somewhere, right? I will do that if their auction is like in a couple of days and I really like their house and I really want to help them. But I'll put this out so y'all can craft it. Y'all can take the whole brochure and just put your picture, whatever you want to put on the backside. You can take this. So I'll make it where you can customize this. But that's what I do as far as going directly to somebody's house. I only go if it's a couple of days out or it's a house that I really like, that I really, really like. So I just say whatever you do it consistently. That's the main thing. A lot of y'all start and then y'all don't get a response and then you stop. You have to continuously market and reach out and consistently do that. Just know that it is a numbers game. I will say that too. I mail at a larger scale than most people because I would like, you know, I want to add to my portfolio. I have investors that I work with too who want properties. So I mail at a larger scale than most people do. I send out tons of letters, you know, I reach out other ways too. So just do it consistently. That's all I'm going to say. Be consistent. Y'all is really rocking with me. I'm waiting for y'all to be like, Ashley, I'm tired. I want to go to sleep. But ain't nobody saying that. So
No,
I want to add
we hear
something.
Ashley. Okay.
I want to add something for you California people.
There we go. I don't even know who is talking.
It's Fernando, but I'm showing that as my daughter's name because
Okay.
she uses my Zoom. However, in California, there's a big sale going on secretly.
Oh,
They were in the process of building a new highway
yeah.
from Northern California to Southern California, all the way to Vegas. And all the homes that the city purchased or the state of California purchased to build these highways, the deal did not go through. So now they're looking to sell these homes. And I forgot the actual site or the people that's involved, but they're actually trying to, you have to have a business to be part of the first group of people that they're going to sell to.
Yeah.
The second group of people are going to be investors, and the third group is whatever is left is going to be the general public.
Got it.
But look into the highway that was going to be built in California and the company that was building it, because that's key. I have the information. Someone from California gave me the information, but I kind of dropped the ball on it because it was taking too long for the process. And
Yeah.
this is like 2-3 years ago during COVID that it was brought to me. I don't know how far in the process they are, but they're not building the highway. So they have to go back now and sell all these properties that they bought.
Wow. So look at, there you go, California. Y'all figure out what's going on down there and maybe reach out to Fernando.
Yeah.
Fernando, you put your information in there. Who else got a question, guys? Because I know it's like, thank you, Fernando. You're the best. That's the best.
You're welcome.
Talk to me, somebody.
Ashley,
Yes,
when you buy a REO home and there's back taxes, do you assume them?
probably so. I will say, yes, at the auction, you guys, because y'all know I'm an auction person. So, but I don't know if y'all bought REO properties and the bank paid your taxes. At the auction, the winning bid does not include taxes. So you got to pay, but don't you pay those taxes until you get the deed in the mail if you're buying at the auction. Now, REO, but they say a lot of times REO that the title is clear, like title is clear and everything is caught up. So
Through us REO agents, no.
yeah,
So I mean, the prices went up from what it was at the auction because they added their lawyer fees and stuff, but no, it's not.
okay, there you go. There we go. So not included. But at the auction, he's right. At the auction, I always say the auction is the cheapest place to buy properties, right? And then because once, I mean, it's just the opening, it's the loan balance. But once the bank buys it back, they're going to add lawyer fees and commission fees and all that kind of stuff into it. So that price is going to go up. But the title is clearer, you know what I mean? So, but thank you for telling us. So taxes are already clear by the time you buy it at the REO.
And if I can add one other piece on the REO, like you were saying earlier, to get the inspection. So what it is to negotiate, if you want to negotiate the price, it's called the price to cure, right? Because we know once you bring up something, they have to disclose it, and it's usually not on the listing. So if you do pay for that inspection, that's when you get the strength to get that price back down, is because they would have to expose that and post that. So they don't want to. So you do a price to cure report.
Boom.
Smart. Perfect. Thank you.
This is why we have REOs, you guys. I mean, this is why we have master classes, so y'all can share information. Because look, y'all were like, Ashley, do a master class on tax liens and tax deeds. Y'all, I don't do tax liens and tax deeds, but I'll put together a master class and try to figure it out for y'all. So thank you for everybody and their input. Like, so bank owned, I got my first bank owned listing. If I had the little confetti thing, I would do the confetti thing, but I got my, and it was because y'all, let me tell you, a lady was in foreclosure, called me. Her house went up for auction. So I was trying to get her a buyer before her house went up for auction. The buyer took forever. The house went up for auction. Boom. But I'm already talking to the bank, right? So it went up for auction. The bank bought it back, and the bank was like, do you want to list it? I'm like, I sure do, because I'm already working it. So that's why I'm getting these relationships, establish these relationships with the bank, right? You got your hand up, Andrea? Is that your hand up? Talk to me.
So I actually went to the auction today for the first time.
You know, that makes me so happy. I always tell y'all to go, even if you got $20 in your pocket, nobody there knows that. It's free to go to the auction. So tell me what happened. Where are you?
I am in Kissimmee, Florida.
Okay.
So just below Orlando.
Got you.
So I have a question because I was on auction.com. So that's how I got to the auction. And it was held at the Osceola County.
You try to drive off with it, you take me with it.
Hold on. Let me try to get everybody to mute. Y'all leaving the club and stuff on the call. Hold on, you guys. Mute. There we go. I think I found it. You leaving the club. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so the auction said it opened. The opening bid was $100.
Oh yeah, so, I know in Florida.
Yeah, so but when I went through and I was looking at all the information, I actually just kind of went through and did the 2 properties that were going up, and I tried to find as much information as I could. But it had like the loan balance was $140,000. So, how do they start it at like 100 if the loan balance is 140? It ended up selling for 194.
And I've seen those. So look, we don't do that. Look, Corey read it. Corey, hold on. Corey, just when is your masterclass, Corey? When you gonna have it? Just let us know and we all gonna come to it. Look, just
I think it was worth the estimate was like 300,000 and it
Yeah,
sold for 194, but opening bid was 100.
$100. Go ahead. Go ahead, Corey. Go ahead.
So you sound like you're in the area like we are in court. So if you listen clearly, what she said is the bid is 100, but it was 100 over whatever the starting bid is. So if you, that's, so when they said 100, you realize they probably said 100 and then it was like 149, 100, right?
Yeah.
That's because it's what they're saying is in our auction style at the courts, it has to be in bids of 100. And if you go to some auctions, it's 1,000. So they would have said the starting bid is 1,000. And then it would have been, okay, I am here to represent the bank. There's usually somebody. So I think what's different with Ashley is she represents everybody. There's usually somebody that's there that says, I represent the bank and I'm willing to go to this number. And then immediately after that, the first bid is that number plus whatever they said the starting bid was. At least that's how we do it in Jersey. And it sounds like you're in the same court system like we are.
And I've seen that before. Like I've seen on Miami sites, it'll be like opening bid is $100. So I didn't know if that was like, because, okay, so there's two different types of auctions. You got a reserve auction and an absolute auction, okay? So I do absolute auctions. When I give you that opening bid, you can bid $1 over it and get it. So if the opening bid is $10,000, you can say $10,001 and get that house. Now, and that's an absolute auction. The highest bidder gets the property. A reserve auction means the bank has a reserve that they have to meet or they cannot sell that property. And the reserve, the opening bid is not the reserve, which don't make sense, right? But the opening bid is just a starting point. And then you got to get to whatever the reserve, if you're ever on auction.com, it'll be like reserve not met or the reserve is met. That's what it means. So I thought when I saw $100, I'm like, that's like a reserve. They trying to get you up to someplace. But maybe that there might be right. That means that you got to bid $100 over. And depending on who I'm auctioning for, they'll tell me like, we won't, increments have to be in $1,000. If I'm auctioning off like an apartment building or something like that, they'll be like increments have to be $100,000 or something like that. So good to know. Thank you, Corey. Andrea, did he answer your question? Do you feel like that your question was answered, even though I didn't answer it for you?
Yes, thank you both.
Thank you, Corey. Who else got a question? I keep saying who else got a question. I think a couple of y'all.
I know. Actually, I do. I actually have several, but I won't ask all. But I know, Georgia had an auction last week, and I went to it. I'm in Carroll County. I'm in a very small rural area here. So we had like 3 homes that was in our county for auction, and it's like everybody wanted the third home on the list. Like nobody wanted the first, nobody wanted the second. But then one of the auctioneer had a quadplex in a different county, and he was like, you want to follow me? You want to follow me?
Right.
And I'm like, what's that amount? It's $350, but you probably gonna put in $20K for renovations. You can sell that for more. I was like, man. And then he told everyone, like, I was like, I don't deal with that county. But anyway, the auction is pretty interesting. If you don't have money, it's almost like you're tempted to be like, yeah, let me bid, but I don't have any money.
Yeah.
Anyways.
And see, I would always tell people too, like, I always like make friends with the auctioneer if you can. Now, everybody's not as nice as I am. You know what I mean? Y'all can come talk to me and all that kind of stuff. But a lot of times the auctioneer will be the trustee, right? Or it'll be the attorney that represents the bank a lot of times when you get there. So I still say, hey, I recommend, I know all the guys here talk to all the trustees, and like me, the guys down there at the auction, they text me every Thursday and Friday and was like, what's going up for auction this weekend? And I'll text them back and be like, this is what I got. So if you can establish that relationship with like the auctioneer or maybe the trustees down there, they might can put you up on some properties that you didn't even know about. So
that's what I was going to ask you, Ashley, because I was so tempted to get his info, but I was like, maybe it's not professional. I was a little intimidated to get his contact. He was really nice.
No, I'm telling you, y'all all channel me. Everybody, when you're getting a situation where you don't know what you should do, people like, what would Jesus do? What would Ashley do? Ashley would ask. Ashley would go up there and be like, I got a card. Here's my card. Do you have a card? Do you mind if I text you? Y'all, the squeaky wheel gets the oil. Let me tell you that, especially in this industry, Ask for the sale, ask for the close, ask for the business, right? Because let me tell you, just think about this. In your mind, say, if Ashley was to come behind me right now, she's gonna ask for the sale. She's gonna ask for that close. I'm going to do it. So just know that. And most of these guys out here, y'all, the big money, 106-figure a month investors, they asking for the sale. They're asking for the sale. They're asking for the close. They're gonna ask for it. So a closed mouth does not get fed. Ask for it. If you see an auctioneer, you know what I'm saying? Wait, I always tell people, if you see me counting money or if I'm with a bidder, let me finish with them and then you can come talk to me, right? Don't come up to me while I'm dealing with people and their money. But ask me and you can just say, hey, and it's people, it's okay, you guys. Just the least people can say is, no, I can't do that. I'm not allowed to do that. And you're like, okay, I totally understand, right? But I would go up and say, hey, I was just wondering, is there a list somewhere that you post where I can find auctions? Is there a number where I can reach out to you? Can I text you? Just ask, right? All they can say is, nope, I don't do that. But at least you asked, right? So always, what would Ashley do? Channel that. Ashley asked for permission. No, Ashley asked for forgiveness. I don't be asking for permission. Okay. So that's what I do. If they're like, no, I can't talk to you. My bad. I'm sorry. I didn't know. Right. But I'm going to ask. So always, I'm going to ask. I already got an agent. My bad. I didn't know. My bad. If it don't work out, call me back. You know what I mean? So always ask. All they can say is no. So, who else? Am I missing anybody? Y'all, it is 10:09.
I got
11 o'clock.
Ashley, it's me again. I got an update on the California stuff. So I just called my contact.
Yeah.
And he said that it was Caltrans. Caltrans. Yeah, Caltrans. And what they did, he said they put the project on hold because of the homeless situation in California, that they started using the houses for the homeless people because, of course, Newsom needs to clean up California a little bit. And they got the Olympic situation coming.
Yeah.
So they started using the houses, giving it back to the cities for the homeless situation. But someone asked me about the high-speed rail. It was not the high-speed rail, it was the highway that was supposed to go through California, and it was being done by Caltrans.
Got you.
So if you're familiar with Caltrans, look up the information on Caltrans, and you'll find articles. And these articles are normally, people don't read papers anymore, and they're usually small prints in the back of the paper where you probably won't look.
See, that's
because they don't want everybody to know.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's where y'all find these notices in the back of these papers. I know because people don't read papers anymore. This is also where you can find public notices or the notices of defaults in your county. You just got to inform a little bit. Thank you.
And you have to go down. You have to be involved. You have to go to your county, your commissioners. You got to go to these commissioner meetings. You got to hear what's going on, because when these things happen, it's not so much in secret, is that the people who know don't tell other people.
Right. I agree. And that's why another reason why I started doing videos about auctions and stuff, because y'all don't nobody know. I can ask everybody on here and everybody on here would be like, I heard they auction off properties at the courthouse. Everybody would say that. But if I said when, what day, what property, what time, what's the opening bid, y'all gonna be like, I have no idea. Right. So that's why I started trying to teach people about how to go to the auction, how to look it up. I tell y'all to just go, even though you might not know anybody. People are like, where do you find buyers? Go to the auction. Everybody down there got to pay cash. Go down there, go to the auction, get you some cards. Look, I'm going to show y'all something really quickly. So y'all know in my letters, I do put my business card in my letters, right? You don't have to. Let me pin myself. Boom, pin me. So I put my business card in there in my letter. Here's one. It literally says I'm an auctioneer, right? So if you get my card, there is no secret to what I do, right? I auction off properties. I also have another card. Because y'all be like, I'm not a real estate agent. I have another card that says, I'm a foreclosure specialist. Boom. Can y'all see that? I made this on Vistaprint for like $12, right? I'll put it, look, I'll give you a little template to this. I have like people in the mentorship, and you could put real estate investor. People tell me all the time, I opened up your letter, I saw the card, I saw who I was working with, I saw who sent it to me, and I called you. This is why I called you. So you don't have to put a card in it to all y'all who mail or do anything like that, but you can, and you can just put, shoot, you can be like, I'm a nurse / real estate investor. I'm a teacher. I always tell people, if you get my letters, craft it to make it work for you. One of my nurses had like the best conversion rate, and on her letter, she put that she was a nurse. And people, I guess that resonated with people that made her want to call her. So use what you got. Like I got a guy who was a deacon in a church, and I'm sure he put like, I love the Lord and I'm a real estate investor. You know what I mean? So do what works for you if you are reaching out to people. Be you, but be nice. Be you, but lead with love is what I want to say. I keep looking at this time because it's 10:13. It's 11:13 on the East Coast. I didn't know we was having a sleepover. We having a lock-in on this masterclass. Like I didn't realize that's what we would. It's like a marathon that
A
doesn't
Holy
end.
Ghost, a Holy Ghost.
Yeah, we are. It is. We going and going. Am I missing a question? Am I missing a question?
Well, actually, I know you are auctioneer, but do you know anything about the sheriff's sale? I haven't heard you say anything about that.
And because I don't know. Look, Corey gonna jump in here in a second. When it comes to like, y'all, I do trustee sales. Look, I do trustee sales, right? So sheriff sales, like, is that when? Yeah, I don't know. Like, cause look, yeah, I can make something up and it'll sound real good and professional if I say it. So I don't even want to make nothing up for y'all. But sheriff sales is like when the sheriff get up there and sell it.
Okay.
Y'all, but I think it's like, I don't know if that's like that step when the bank sends them out to, because it's not me. I don't do sheriff sales, right? I do trustee sales. So that sheriff sale, y'all know I can pop on Chat GPT real quick and put in there, what is a sheriff sale?
Oh,
Chat
okay.
GPT will tell me where it is, how long, and everything like that. So look, anybody want to jump in on sheriff sales? Y'all got to sum it up in 30 seconds if you know what a sheriff sale is and you jumping on here.
Hey Ashley, my name is Fina. I live in the Atlanta area and been a realtor for 20 years. I'm so excited that I caught your class this evening. For B, I'm not sure if she's saying a sheriff sale. I'm thinking she's meaning the same thing as a tax lien or a tax deed sale. It's one of those two.
There's a
No,
difference between a
they're
sheriff sale.
They're sheriff sales.
Yeah.
It's federal. It's all government agencies sells confiscated properties.
Oh, like the
There we go.
marshal.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Listen, then you want to go to govease.com. That's GOVEASE. They also do the marshals and sheriffs and other tax liens and tax deeds as well.
There we go.
Yeah.
Teamwork.
You can also go to your local sheriff department or to get a list as well.
There we go. Sheriff department. A lot of times they'll post auctions, like they post my notice
Everything is posted.
at the courthouse. At the courthouse, there's like a bulletin board. Some people are still old school. They will, thanks Danita, they will post the public notices at the courthouse. I know a lot of investors go down to the courthouse like once a week, check the bulletin board and see what's going up for auction. So that's another place to look. You go to your county records and deeds and they'll post the notices, right? So everybody knows that before the auction, you got to talk to the homeowner. After the auction, you got to deal with the bank. So boom.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Sheriff sale, you guys.
Yeah, look for seized homes. It's called seized homes.
Seized, I'm putting it in the chat because he said it's seized homes.
Yeah.
You guys.
Yeah, anything from the police department, FBI, CIA, all of those are seized homes for whatever reason. Madoff, whatever they took from Madoff, jewelry, cars, homes, it's all seizure.
There you
It's
go.
all seized, and
There
they
you
have to
go.
sell it. They have to sell it in order to compensate the people that were offended.
There you go. There you go. Thanks, Javier.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. You guys, y'all got any more questions? Look, my email is youragentashley@gmail.com. That is my email, youragentashley@gmail.com, because we can go all night long on here for real. Instagram, your agent Ashley. Look, I was on TikTok, but I really went on TikTok, and y'all know what's going on over there. So come on over to Instagram. YouTube, I'm on YouTube every night, Sunday night, 8 p.m. on there, talking my tail off over there on YouTube. There you go, your agent Ashley. I put some more links in the chat. The mentorship is in there. The letters are in there. If you buy one bundle, like every other bundle you buy is cheaper. Like I don't be busting y'all head on stuff, honestly. And I know the girl on the lady on the mentorship this morning was like, I have paid $30,000 for courses in the last 3 years. And she's like, I have learned more on this one meeting in this mentorship than I did with all the $30,000 worth of courses. I was like, yeah, I just tell y'all what I do. And sometimes I forget that I've been doing it for so long. Like I've been marketing for so long that y'all just don't know. So that's why I just started sharing stuff with y'all. And I know most of y'all are starting from the bottom. So, I try to make it easy and free and what else I can do. That's why I come on here and do master classes to try to teach y'all, because look, it's enough success for all of us. You know what I mean?
Thank you,
Yeah.
Ashley.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I can't buy them all.
Thank you.
You're welcome, you guys. And yes, Javier, foreclosure law.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Y'all, depending on where you live, redemption rules. If you go to the auction, think about right of redemption. Depending on where you live, that homeowner can come back and get that property after you buy it at auction. Okay? So check your state's right of redemption laws, not REO bank owned, but auction. And of course, tax sales, tax liens, tax deeds. It's right of redemption on those. I live in Tennessee. I do trustee sales. Ain't no right of redemption. So if I sell your property, you cannot go and get it back if it's in Tennessee, trustee sales. But foreclosurelaw.org, you can check your right of redemption rules, you guys.
Do you mind doing a teaching on that one night?
Talk to me about what? Right of redemption? What? Sure, I'll talk about it. But yeah, it's just basically where a homeowner can come back and get their property if they pay. If a house goes up for auction, if I auction it off, right? And it sells, Javier buys it. There is a time frame, a window, depending on where you live. If that homeowner can come back and pay all the fees, all the interest, they can come back and get their property back within a certain window of time, right? It could be 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. It could be 180 days. It just depends on your state and where you live. But that homeowner got to pay all what Javier paid. Javier will get all his money back and interest and all that. But then the homeowner can come back and get their property. It does not happen often because most people don't have that kind of money. But right of redemption, it varies from state to state. Okay.
Right. I know there's tax deed states where is it just if you pay the overdue taxes and you get deed in hand? Is that correct?
So yeah, look.
Detroit is one. I bought some.
So tax lien. I've done a masterclass on tax deed and tax lien. Y'all catch the replay on that. But yeah,
I need to find that.
I'll put it. It's on the I'll post it. I think it's on YouTube right now. But yeah,
because California is one. California is a deed state, so I know. I just don't know the specifics on how that works.
Yeah, so I will post that, and maybe I'll circle the block, spin the block, and do another tax deed lien masterclass. But yeah, tax deed, you buy the deed and you get that property. Tax lien, you get a certificate. You bid on the certificates. You hold on to that certificate. You can collect interest on it. If the homeowner comes back, boom, you got the interest. You got your money. If the homeowner does not come back, you get the property. That's the difference between tax deed, tax lien. Tax deed, you get the house. Tax lien, you bidding on that certificate and you can collect interest over time.
See, I'm trying to figure out why more people aren't doing that.
Because they don't know. Most people do not know. You know
And
what I mean?
Actually, in the state of Georgia, they
Yeah.
have up to a year.
Okay.
But if they do not pay the following tax, and you have to pay attention, because if they do not pay the following tax and it ends up on the courthouse step, I can purchase that second tax lien.
Oh, okay. So you just got to know your state's
Yeah, your
law.
state, every state's different. Detroit, once you buy that tax lien, they have no right to redemption. It's your house.
Got you.
So some states have no form of redemption. Some states do.
So-
And you have to understand the prior tax, because some people, if they're already behind, and 9 times out of 10, if they're behind on their taxes, it's not for one tax season, because remember, most states is 2 tax seasons a year. So they may be behind a year and a half, 2 years.
So yeah, so keep that in mind and know your tax laws, foreclosurelaw.org. And we're all keeping our eye on Florida since they just reassessed down there and everybody's mortgage. Somebody said their mortgage went up $3,000 because they just reassessed for taxes. Who can afford an extra $3,000 payment? Because they look.
Florida
I have a quick question.
Florida is that
Yeah.
and insurance. Insurance will kill you, and the property tax will kill you. I have 2 houses in Florida.
And HOA down there will kill you. Talk to me. Who got the question? I'm sorry.
Oh, Leslie.
Leslie.
Yes. Thank you, by the way, for this
Absolutely.
extended after party.
It's the after party, the party after the party. Yes.
Okay, I had a question. Since buying a tax deed also gives you ownership of the property, what happens in the instance that there's also a mortgage on that property? You're not responsible for that. I mean, you have possession at that point, right?
Right. So who's bought a tax deed? Do they include the mortgage into that tax deed amount, or does it clear? Look, Fernando about to jump.
In Detroit, no, no. In Detroit, it does not.
Okay.
It's your house, and I believe I haven't bought a tax in Georgia, but I believe no matter where you buy it, the bank is just SOL, because the banks are not actually supposed to own property. That's why they have to get rid of it.
So there you go. But double check where you are. But I think that, like I said, there's 3, I always call them like the 3 kings when you talk about ownership or title. You got the primary mortgage, HOA, and taxes. You can buy any of those 3 and get ownership of a property. You don't want to buy a mechanics lien. You don't want to buy a judgment. You don't want to buy a HELOC. Those are, I mean, they can be liens, but you will not get ownership of a property.
So what happens to those other people that are trying to get their money back?
They don't get it. Look, they don't get
What do you mean by money back? Because
I'm right here. So
No,
I mean,
if a property has a mortgage on it, that's why the mortgage companies require you to put your taxes and your
in the insurance,
in
you get a
escrow. So, and they require you to put a year in advance and then begin paying. So a year and 2 months in advance.
I'm talking about accounting.
well, that's on the HOA. That's not conventional.
No, that's
If you get a house on FHA, you are required to pay your taxes within your. But if you buy conventional, which means you're putting 20% down, you are not required to do that.
And that's how they're covering themselves, so that if you do have
That's the PMI.
Yeah, if you do
property
have
insurance,
they're not going to lose out.
Right, that's the PMI.
So look, everybody. Okay, you guys. So, because I don't want anybody to be confused on this live. Y'all get off here and be like, Ashley. But
no, I'm learning a lot. Keep talking.
Y'all gonna have me on here all night long. It's a sleepover. We done had a sleepover on Chicago Masterclass. If you're watching the replay, you guys, whoever's watching the replay, they're gonna be like, golly, she talked all night long, you guys. So, yes. So I think somebody said, what about the other people who like have liens on the property? They just don't get paid. That's why a lot of times when this public notice goes out, it'll have interested parties. So if you're interested in that property, or if they owe you some money, you know what I mean? You can make it known like, hey, I'm still one of these people who get some money. So like I said earlier, that opening bid is usually that primary mortgage. So if the opening bid is 250,000 and it gets bid up to 300,000, they'll clear that $250,000 mortgage. In that $50,000 overage, they'll start clearing the other liens if there's enough money to start clearing those other liens. And then when they run out of money, everybody at the bottom of the list just not gonna eat. You know what I mean? So that's what happens to those other liens a lot of time. And I've auctioned, and I've had an electrical company show up to the auction because they had a judgment on the house. And so I'm auctioning it off, and they're like, well, we got a lien on it. But just if you're at the auction, that's not going to be on the bidder. That ain't on you. If you buy the house at the auction and you buy that primary mortgage, I don't care if the electric company, contractors, everybody could be standing there. That's not on you, right? They're trying to see how much overage it is to see if they're going to get paid. So just understand that, you guys. Okay, you guys, it's 10:28. It's 11:28 on the East Coast. I'm gonna wrap it up unless somebody got a question. And if you got a question, you guys, y'all can hit me on
You
email.
can't keep telling us we got a question.
You're
and
right.
then-
I know, right? I know.
You're right. I know, because I'm like, I want to answer everything. But you guys, it's 10:30. youragentashley@gmail.com. If you got a question, email me, unless it's just real imperative. You got a question, Sierra Love Holt, you got a question? Okay, I'm just making sure. Since you wanted to jump in and say something, hold on, I got
I
something.
jumped in because you keep saying if anybody has a question, but I don't want to, but I'm trying to leave at the same time. We appreciate you. That's really all I want to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sierra. I know we didn't email before. You got them letters. I hope you're over there mailing. So, okay, you guys, I am on, look at me, YouTube, Sunday nights, 8 o'clock, Instagram, Your Agent Ashley. I am all done. All the links are in. Elsa talking about when is your next class? I don't know, Elsa. I don't know. I don't. So we will see. Just join. If you got this email, you're on my email list. I got you for life. So I see you, Sierra. If you're, you know what I mean, if you got this email, anytime I have a masterclass, you'll get it. You get the link. Whenever I'm like, sign up for my masterclass, you ain't really got to sign up because I already got your email. So you're going to get the link regardless to if you want to sign up or not. So, all right, y'all see me on Sunday. I hope y'all learned something in this class.
Yes, we did.
Good, good, good. If you have questions, send me an email. Go to those sites that I showed you, PropWire, boom, do some work, get some money. The foreclosures are coming. I'm telling you, your girl is on the inside. So, when
So when do you think the foreclosure are coming? So maybe we can start saving more monies for the foreclosure.
start saving now, put it up under your mattress. I don't know, because before the banks start collapsing. But
Oh,
no, but anyway. So you know what I always say, the wild card is we got an election year. The election is the wild card of 2024. So, you know, maybe towards the end of the year, the VA, it could be summer, VA extension ends at the end of May, June, we might start seeing it, but you never know. You know, most presidents, you know, nobody wants a foreclosure wave on their track record.
watch.
I mean, so, you know, I wouldn't be surprised. I say here in the next couple of months, if they don't put a moratorium on everybody again, because again, FHA loans, 10% of FHA loans are delinquent right now. So once these foreclosure numbers start coming and people start complaining and losing houses, I wouldn't be surprised if they throw another moratorium on everybody. And then the VA is lifted in May. So when veterans start complaining about losing houses, you know what I mean? They don't want, somebody said they don't want crying babies and people losing houses on TV. That's not what people want to see. So, and baby, the way Fannie Mae selling these loans, we might not get any, honestly. So we'll see, you guys, which I feel like is another problem with Fannie Mae selling defaulted loans to hedge funds. Like there's nothing good will come out of that. right? And these are people who are still in their house, they're in foreclosure, and they're supposed to go with the loss mitigation that's already in place. If you're in the house, if they bought your loan and you're in foreclosure, they're supposed to honor whatever the foreclosure process is. But who's to say that they're going to honor that? Who is to say that these hedge funds are going to honor any kind of foreclosure program that people are in? They'll send them people a letter and kick them out of their house, you know, because who's regulating what happens to them after Fannie Mae sells them? So be mindful. We will see what happens, because I mean, hedge funds are in business to make money, and you're not making money off of people who not paying their mortgage. So you got to get them out of those houses to make some money off those properties. But you know, they just announced somebody bought a whole lump sum yesterday or the day before. Fannie Mae just announced it. So
Probably Blackwater.
yeah, it was supposed to be a minority owned company this time, but I sure went to the site and I didn't see no women, minority owned, nothing on it.
Blackwater doing something sneaky.
So
But I do want to add this, Ashley, before we go.
Go
for
ahead.
Everyone to tell their family and friends. You can Google it right now. NACA has $1 homes that you can purchase. You have to be under certain situations, but I don't know everyone's situation that's on this call, but your family and friends may qualify. There is a qualification required, but it's a $1 home. You got to go through the NACA program, but get the information out there, because if we're not buying it, someone else is.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So just prepare. That's what I tell everybody. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. Okay. So don't be out here. I know everybody credit cards maxed out. Everybody, you know, it's people struggling. I don't care what the news says. People are struggling. So if we are prepared for when it comes, whenever it comes, you know, just stay ready. That's all I want to say. Stay ready. Govern yourselves accordingly. Don't be out here buying flat screen TVs, because y'all don't need it. So anyway,
Ashley.
I
what's going
still
on?
got a tube TV.
There you go. Keep it. What you about to say, Danita?
The person that just spoke, someone was asking about the name of the highway.
Oh, he said
It's
Caltrain.
Caltrans. There's two links we
I
posted.
am.
Caltrans. I posted a link and Javier posted a link.
There it is.
And they're in the chat, and the businesses have to be for the first group of people, the business have to be located in California. That doesn't mean you have to live in California. You can open a business in California or any state. You don't have to live there to open it.
Boom. There it is. Fernando closed it out. All questions are over. Y'all met your quota for questions, period. So, okay, you guys, my email, youragentAshley@gmail. I will send out the replay tomorrow. Give me a minute. Tomorrow is Friday. We are on spring break, because baby, I know y'all will email me at 6:00 a.m. Ashley, did you send the replay out? I'm going to send it out in the next 24 hours. Okay. You will get it with all the links, everything. If you got any questions, hit me up. If not, I will see you on Sunday on YouTube, or I will see you in the Instagram stories, because that's where I'm at all the time. So, okay, you guys.
Good night.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night.
Bye.
Thank you,
Bye,
Ashley.
Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you, Ashley. Good
Thank
night.
you.
Good
Ash.
night. Thank you, Ashley.
Good
night, and thank you, Ashley.
Good night.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
You've been so helpful.
Good night.